Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Well, today is the day, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and we are fired up about it. We're going to break down the Warriors and the Cavaliers, Part 4. Game 1 tonight in Oakland. Jeff, you have a very special guest. You talk about guys all the time.
I do.
But he's one of your dearest friends, and at first I didn't think you really knew this guy. But apparently you do, because he's here in studio with us right now. Who is it?
He is the best high school basketball player I've ever seen, the best California has ever had, and one of the top players to ever play at UCLA. He's a 50-point scorer in the NBA. He's my friend Tracy Murray.
Jeff, thanks for having me on, man. That was a heck of an intro, man. I need to have you bring me on every time. Jeez.
Well, I think I was on the losing end of a lot of those 40-plus point games. I've never seen anybody average 44. Was it 44.9 points a game? See, I remember.
44-3.
44-3. 44 points a game. Scored over 3,000 points in his high school career. Played for a local legend, Mike LeDuc, who went to Ramona High School, coached at Glendora, and back at Damien, but just a Hall of Fame career, a Hall of Fame guy, and played for a lot of Hall of Fame coaches.
Yeah, I mean, LeDuc pretty much set the tone, as far as knowing how to use me, putting me in position to succeed, and us also win as a team. And that's why we're in a lot of those Riverside tournaments, with his roots being out here.
Of course.
So we saw each other a lot. And I got tired of this guy just flying over the top, getting a piece of my. Yeah, he was a high flyer, man.
I can barely walk now.
Get a piece of the shot and then get out in the open court and get a dunk.
Hey!
I don't forget about the tap up against the backboard reverse that you were doing in transition.
Yeah.
Trying to let everybody know, hey, I'm here. I'm in the building.
The white guy can sky a little bit.
And Jeff, you didn't play your senior year, right?
No, I played one game. I had a broken leg, and then I just shut it down because it just didn't heal. But I did score 35 in that one game. One game.
You averaged 35 a game.
Yeah,
your senior
but
year.
I couldn't hit 44. That's incredible.
But you know what? That wouldn't have been far-fetched, your senior year. You can play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're a D1 athlete just like we all are. And Jeff was on a team where his coach trusted him and was going to give him some rope to go out there and play the game. If it wasn't for the broken leg, no telling what would have happened. Hey, we were teammates at ARC, so I know what he can do.
Yeah, we played a lot together. Played against each other. Played more pickup games than you could throw a stick at.
No kidding.
With some of the best players in the world, so it was cool.
Was Tracy there when was it Scott Brooks jumped on your back?
No, this was
a game.
No, but I'm sure he went down to UC Irvine and played in many of those summer league games. It was like I was telling the story is we were playing with Wayne Ingolstadt, all these great players, Todd Murphy,
right? And
I was a 16-year-old kid, and he jumped right on my back, and they were like, "Don't fight him! He's a high school kid." Because I enjoyed to talk a little bit of smack when I was in high school.
Jeff did talk smack.
Yeah, he still does. He still does. Some things don't change.
No, hey, that's why I got to see. Before I was a smack talker. Now I'm a storyteller.
You know what? That's that Riverside in him, man.
Definitely.
You got that gritty, grimy with the IE in him.
No, he's still the same guy. Just does it in the studio every day now instead of the basketball court.
I love it.
Well, this is the Inland Sports Show every single day, 3 to 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. We've got Tracy Murray in studio. We'll talk NBA Finals, talk a lot of NBA basketball. UCLA, he's flying the colors today. He's got the Bruins on.
Go
here
Bruins.
In the house every day, right? Could we have some Bruins in the draft this year for the NBA draft? Do we have any guys?
Holiday, Welsh.
Oh, yeah, the big man, Welsh. Yeah, that's right.
Welsh and Goleman also had a pro day yesterday with Jordan McLaughlin from SC, which is one of our prodigy guys. So he came up underneath our umbrella. So they had their pro day yesterday, so I hear it went pretty well for them.
Now, isn't one of our guys, one of our dear friends, an agent for those guys? Is
Mitchell Butler.
Our guy Mitchell
Butler and Toby Bailey are their agents. Mitchell was not only was he our teammate and we grew up playing with us and one of those many legends that were in those pickup games and played with us at ARC and all of that. But Mitchell was also my college roommate. So we go a long way. And when he showed interest in Jordan McLaughlin, he's a guy I trust. So I sat down with my brother and I sat down with the family and we was like, hey, you guys, I know you guys are interviewing agents, but I think you might want to sit down with Mitchell and see what he has to say. He's a guy I trust.
Great dude, great basketball player, played in the NBA as well.
Extremely smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with money, you got to have someone you trust, right? You can't just
of course.
bring someone into your corner that you can't trust.
You're trusting somebody with your career.
Yeah.
And Mitchell's been there and done that. He's managed Dwight Howard and Avery Bradley, so these are some big time guys that he had his hands on. So he has experience of doing it.
All right, we got a lot more to get to about the NBA Finals. Game 1 tonight again in Oakland, Golden State and the Cavaliers. LeBron James against G State again. We'll get Tracy's take. Is he tired of this? Is he excited to see this matchup? Something we've seen 4 years in a row now. I'm into it. I want to see what Tracy thinks, because there's a lot of other good teams in the NBA, especially in the East, that are on the rise, and they are young. So we've got a lot to get to. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You can spoil yourself and your car when you go to Spoiled. In fact, Greg Holla went today, Jeff. He got the mint. He got the oil change. He said it took under 10 minutes. He was in and out, back on the road, so he could be a big-time DJ. Greg Holla out there.
I wonder if he got a date.
You got a date? I don't know. Maybe they hooked him up, too. I don't know.
They give away flowers and mints. Anytime you give away flowers and mints, you got to meet somebody.
You're ready to talk to the ladies after that, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Spoiled. We love you. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. All right, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We're going to Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals, as well as Washington beat Las Vegas last night by a score of 3-2. So now Vegas and Washington are tied at 1. Tracy, you're a Vegas guy, partly, right?
Yes.
Are you a Vegas Golden Knights fan?
Yeah, I am, because they bring a new excitement to the city, and the things that they're doing right now are incredible. That's like going back to when I played, and I was on the inaugural season of the Toronto Raptors, and that's like us going to the finals.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So what they're pulling off right now is something that's incredible.
You're right. That was an expansion team. That's a great perspective, because people kind of get lost in the fact that this is their first year.
Yes.
Like, they haven't done this before. This is their first year.
And keep in mind, when there's an expansion draft, we are a bunch of misfits that nobody wants. It's like, okay, you're unprotected. We can deal with you not being here. And that provides a chip on your shoulder, too. When you're the guys that finally go to that team,
Absolutely.
you have a quick camaraderie, because everybody is in the same boat. We're all here because no one wanted us. Yeah, everybody has a chip on their shoulder. You come together, you play extremely hard, because everybody's looking for that second or third chance that they're getting at that time.
Yeah.
And what you see is a collective effort, and everybody putting their best collective effort forward.
Now, we have the NBA draft quickly approaching. Your draft day experience was a wild one, wasn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Right? I mean, like,
Wouldn't want to see it again.
you were drafted and traded, and like, you were all over the place, right? Putting different hats on. And
Let me walk you through this one. So I've gone through workouts. There were teams. Atlanta was at 9. I forgot who was at 10. Houston was at 11. Then you had 14, 15 was Lakers and Clippers. So those are all the teams I worked out for.
Fall to the Lakers or Clippers? Was that what you were hoping?
I was hoping any of those.
Yeah,
those are the ones that I worked out for. I didn't have very many workouts, and those were the ones that I worked out for. And so I was told, okay, Houston. I had my best workout in Houston, and Houston was like, "You're not passing us at 11." Lakers and Clippers. Well, if you slide down here, we for sure not letting you pass. You're a hometown guy. We know what you can do. UCLA, all that. Draft day comes. There's an article. By the way, our draft was in Oregon that year, Portland, Oregon, at the Memorial
really?
Coliseum. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't in New York that year. So in the Oregonian that morning, there is an article that I am damaged goods, that I have 2, not 1. You know about the one, Jeff.
Yeah.
2 hip surgeries. One on each side.
Wait, in the paper that morning of the draft?
In the paper that morning of the draft.
Did anyone interview you? Like, did anyone?
No one. So I'm coming to the draft not knowing what's going to happen. And as soon as 9 came around, okay, I'm getting nervous. Adam Keefe goes. I think somebody, I forgot who went after Adam Keefe. And then Robert Horry goes with Houston. I'm like, wow, okay. That's 2 of my teams now.
Yeah.
All right, let me not get too bent out of shape, because the Lakers and the Clippers are coming.
Yeah.
Clippers took Randy Woods.
Come on, who's Randy Woods?
Randy Woods. So then the Lakers, right after that, took Anthony Peeler.
Come on.
We were just talking Anthony Peeler.
So I'm like, oh, hell. I got up and I took a walk. You know how you're supposed to sit at your table?
And smile. And
in the green
great,
room?
Right? Yeah.
I took a walk. At 17, I'm hearing while I'm in the hallway, the Supersonic selects Doug Christie. So Doug goes, I'm the only one left in the green room. So I don't know where I'm going because I haven't worked out for anybody from 18 on down.
Because you thought you'd be gone by then.
I thought I'd be gone.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around, pissed off that the article came out that, like, who was irresponsible and did that, right? So 18 comes up, the San Antonio Spurs selects Tracy Murray from UCLA. So I had 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door of the hallway. So I come in, I hug my mom and dad, hug my brother, hug my agent. I took so long, they told me, don't even button up the hat. You know how you try to make it fit your head? No, just go.
Put it on.
Just go.
Yeah.
So I go up there, shake Commissioner Stern's hand, go sit down. As soon as I sit down with Hubie Brown to have that, the little
interview, right?
interview.
Right after, yeah.
Don't get comfortable in the hat. There's going to be a trade.
No.
So I am sitting up here talking good about being with San Antonio, knowing I'm not going to be there. So,
wait, so they still went with the whole interview?
Yeah.
And you knew in the back of your mind, I'm not going to be
here.
But I have to say how happy I am to play for the Spurs.
But I'm trying to sell that I'm a good fit.
Yes. Yeah.
So now I go in the back, knowing that I'm not going to be there, nervous of where I'm going to be.
But they didn't say where you were going, right?
They didn't say anything yet.
Okay.
And I was told this off air. So nothing yet. So I'm going in the back, and we're doing a bunch of interviews, and then there's this real quirky interview that came up because through all of this stuff, the draft is still going on. And Dave Johnson from Syracuse was drafted at around 21 or 22, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm in the back, and they told me to put the Portland hat on and act like Dave Johnson. Now, this is Portland people. Portland Trail Blazers people, and act like Dave Johnson and talk about how happy you are to be here in Portland.
What?
Right. So me being a naive young 20-year-old in the draft, okay, I'll do it. Trade comes up, Milwaukee to Portland. I'm in Portland. Go figure.
Holy
and they wrote the article.
They wrote the article.
Come on.
So you knew to lose. There was a deal done already. They just needed to find a way to make me slip down there.
That's some shady stuff.
Welcome to the league. The business part of the league hit me real fast.
So do you think someone in the Blazers front office contacted the local paper?
Oh, yeah.
Like, listen, Tracy Murray is a stud.
This is the
guy Rockets are going to get him. The Clippers, the Lakers, somebody's going to get him. But if we can get him to slide, what was it, 21?
I slid down to 18.
Or 18. Listen, just put something out there the morning of, just to put a little bit of shadow of a doubt in all those other teams, so we can get Tracy Murray.
It scared the mess out of him. It really scared him. And I slid right into their deal that they already had set up.
Oh, my God.
I was traded for Dale Ellis, which is a veteran me.
Yeah.
A guy that can shoot and score. So San Antonio gets Dale Ellis. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a younger guy that could have grown in that situation. There's Sean Elliott there. There's, David Robinson. I could have. You had Avery Johnson. I could have grown in that situation. So I'm like, all right, okay. They want to win now. By the way, they were winning.
That was just the beginning of the Spurs.
So it's like, okay, what am I doing? Milwaukee or Ala Abdenabi. Now, earlier that year, Ala checked in the game, pulled off his shooting shirt, and had no jersey on underneath. So they're like, oh, we got to get rid of this guy. And Ala was a good player, and he's a good guy, and he does a lot of media stuff now, and we're good friends to this day. But they, I guess, I don't know what was going on. I guess they had enough of Ala. And then they bring me there and put me in Ala's uniform number.
They say, hey,
31. It's like, come on, man. Wait a minute, isn't that the Jinx number right now?
Yeah.
Didn't you just get rid of him? But yeah, I mean, and that's how it went down.
Well, we've got a lot to get to because you had a long career. You played with and against some great players. You won an NBA title, right, with the Houston Rockets.
Houston Rockets, the second championship.
You did make it to Houston, just in a long roundabout way.
Texas.
Yeah, I mean, that whole Houston situation was really weird because now they're happy to get their hometown son back, Clyde Drexler. Yes. Slam and jammer. Watching him and Dream was like watching two kids having a good time.
Wait, so you played with him in Portland as well then, right? Okay.
And we were, the PJ Carlissimo era started.
Uh-huh.
And we weren't really jazzing with PJ at the time, and PJ's a great guy. Yeah, it's just that we weren't a good fit, and so there was a trade for Clyde and I for Otis Thorpe and a pick, a foreign guy that was in that draft, in that pick. Houston needed a shot in the arm because they were still celebrating half of the season that they were champions the year before. And they were like, wait a minute, we got to defend this title. We got to go get another one. So Clyde was hungry. He was happy to be home. I've never seen a youthful Clyde Drexler like that. After you thought he was done in Portland at that time. It was like you saw him, but you saw a guy that was done with the situation, was like didn't care anymore about the situation. He wasn't jazzing with PJ. It's like, I just need to get out of here. And so I was his rookie, and he brought me along with him. And so they get Clyde, but they also get somebody that they were interested in during the draft in '92. So I'm thinking that this is going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, great situation.
So, right. So we get there. We provide that shot in the arm. We make a run. We barely get into the playoffs with the 6th seed. And then the rest, leave it up to Dream and Clyde. And I jumped on their coattails and just held on.
That's not bad coattails to hold on to.
No.
Either.
I mean, we had some really good players, man. I mean, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, Mario Ellie, Chucky Brown.
Vernon Maxwell was he on?
Vernon Maxwell was on there, and he left us in the playoffs. He was upset about something. Just
I
took
remember
off.
that.
Yeah, he
in the
took
middle
off.
of the playoffs.
Yeah, disappeared.
And V was a big part of our team. You know, he was a major catalyst to that first championship, and you know, that was an important guy going on both ends of the court. He is a 3-point shooter. He can score the basketball, and he can lock down defensively. So losing that was tough. You know, we also had Pete Chilcutt, Jean Tabak, Tim Bro, Charles Jones, Carl Herrera. There's somebody I'm missing. I know it's somebody I'm missing, but it was really a great team.
It is a great team.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a lot more to get to with Tracy Murray here as we get you set for Game 1 NBA Finals. It's in Oakland, Golden State. Yeah, Robert Horry, not to mention him. I'm a big Sacramento Kings guy, so I remember Robert Horry.
I was at that game.
So we're going to talk Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Also, more Dodgers and Halos. The Halos had a early morning game in Detroit, and the Tigers have a new thing called the Rally Goose.
I love the Rally Goose.
There's a Rally Goose. Detroit loves the Rally Goose because last night he flew onto the field and then he flew smack dab into a scoreboard.
I saw that.
Did you see it?
Yes.
But the Goose is okay.
The Goose is alive.
The Tigers are 2-0 with the Rally Goose, and they beat the Halos this morning by a score of 6-2.
He almost took out a lady below him.
Yeah, I know when he fell back to the stands. You're right. So we're going to play a clip of the Rally Goose a little bit later in the show, talk more Dodgers as well, because Clayton Kershaw back on the bump tonight against the Phillies. Actually, it's the 4:35 first pitch, kind of a random start time at Dodger Stadium, so we'll talk more about that as well. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. They do the embroidery, the screen printing, they do it all. Team sales, so no order is too large. They can hook it all the way up at Ken Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA, Norco, California, and you can visit them online at kensportinggoods.com. So much to get to with Tracy Murray, because I want to talk about his NBA playoff days. Of course, what he thinks about the finals, which gets underway tonight. Best player he ever played against. And also
Jeff Gorham.
And also how many burner accounts that Tracy has.
All right.
Hey,
you know what a burner account is?
What's the burner?
You didn't hear about Tracy, we have so much to talk.
Is that what's going on with Colangelo?
The fake Twitter accounts.
Uh-oh.
We've got Tracy's
no burner accounts.
Hey, my wife has 6 of them because I always look good on Twitter.
That Jeff Gorham, man, he's so good.
Yeah,
so smart.
Yep.
We'll be right back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
welcome back to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by our dear friends at Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. From golf to lacrosse track, you know they do football. He was a big-time star at Hawaii and San Diego State. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. That's Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Ask for him by name. He can ball out. All right, Jeff and Tracy, because we got Tracy Murray in studio with us today. What a treat as we're breaking down Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tracy, give me a scenario where Cleveland can win the title this year. Is it a long shot? Do you see LeBron just putting his team on his back and averaging 50 a game? I mean, well, give me a scenario where Cleveland wins the title.
Zero chance for Cleveland to win the title. I love LeBron.
We all do.
He's going to have to get 75 points a game for them to win. It's going to be tough for him just to get one. I'll give him one in Cleveland. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too many weapons on Golden State. And once, like when they're playing one-on-one, you can beat them. When they start moving that ball and bodies start moving and balls start moving and they start moving and cutting and wide open shots start happening, they're hard to beat. And that's when Durant can go one-on-one. When the body moves, the ball moves, he catches it and goes. That's when he can be effective. But when everybody's standing and he's going one-on-one, then that's when they're beatable. But as they get closer to that ring, man, there's no way they're going to let that slip through their hands.
Yeah, and they have too many guys that can actually that can shoot the basketball. You know, when one guy's off, you still have three other guys that can light up. If you have two guys that aren't shooting, you still have two other guys that can kill you at any given moment, and they can go out and get 50 and a quarter. They're that good. You got Klay Thompson is a lot like Tracy was.
Yes.
You know, if you leave him open and he's set, he's not going to miss. You know, Steph Curry's another guy that you can shoot any which way you want, off the dribble, off one leg, left leg, right leg. He's one of those guys that is acrobatic and can shoot. You have Durant that can shoot from 30 feet out, can put the ball on the floor. And you have Draymond Green that can hit an open shot. He's not a great shooter, but he can hit an open shot. I just don't see that LeBron, Kevin Love, I don't see that the other guys that around.
Kevin Love is playing.
Kevin Love is playing.
Cleared, so
but I don't see the guys that are around LeBron James that can match up well, even if they only have four guys that can play right now without Andre Iguodala. I still think the Warriors are just too good.
When you look at this matchup, you really have to look on the defensive side of the ball. Okay, JR may be able to guard somebody. LeBron may be able to guard somebody. But when you get to that 3 and 4 position, Korver can't guard the paint.
No.
In the paint doesn't move.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, he tries, but he's not going to be able to guard whoever, Draymond. Draymond be able to get by him and create a play for somebody else.
Yeah. He's a good passer, right? Draymond Green.
Great, he's a great playmaker. Yeah. He finds people. He's not a shoot first guy. He get under people's skin defensively, and on the offensive end, he'll shoot an open shot, but otherwise he's trying to put the ball on the deck or get into the teeth of the defense and create for somebody else. And that's a problem on the defensive end of the ball. Now Tristan Thompson's outstanding. He can step out, switch 1 and 5, and keep the point guard in front of him. But there's not very many people on that team that can do that.
Yeah, when Jeff and I have talked about this series the last couple of days as we lead into Game 1 tonight at Golden State. Golden State, now that they're healthy, outside of Iguodala, but they've, Steph Curry was a little banged up. I kind of feel like they saved their best for last. Like they're just finally getting it all together. It's like, you know what? This is not their first rodeo. The band's back together. They've done this before. If this was a new team and they're just kind of putting it together, I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe LeBron's got a shot. They've done this enough times. They know the drill. This is the finals. They're going to bring out the best. I'm like you, Tracy. I think Cleveland might get one on their home floor, but I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. And you have to take advantage while Iguodala's out, because that is a big defensive problem for Cleveland. He's on LeBron. He does a good job on LeBron, even though LeBron still gets his. It may not be as efficient, but that's a big piece gone defensively for Golden State. So if they're going to get one, they better get one when he's out.
So if Iguodala's out, who defends LeBron James? How would you defend him if you're Golden State tonight?
I think you have no choice but to put Klay on it. And it's going to mess his shooting up, because it's going to take too much energy
on the defensive end, right, to chase him around.
That's a monster that you're guarding. that can play guard. He's a hybrid. He's a hybrid of a Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, and a Magic Johnson. So how are you going to guard that with just one person, especially, you're one of your best offensive weapons on the other side? I mean, they're going to exchange. Once he gets tired, they're going to put Durant on him, use the length. They'll put Draymond on him to irritate him. They're going to move different guys on him. Livingston might get a shot at him. Bale might get a shot at him. There's going to be guys that's going to get shots at him. But I think the main guy that's going to be on him is Klay Thompson.
And see, Steph Curry can also help because George Hill's not a great scorer. He's not going to go out. And if he's going to go out and get 25, then you deserve to lose. So you can use Steph Curry to help.
George Hill's not dropping 25, I don't think.
But Steph Curry can help on Klay Thompson just to at least when LeBron puts the ball on the floor, there's a hand low enough that's going to guard him. But, yeah, I just think there's just too many weapons. Golden State's bench is not as good as it's been the last few years. Right. But you have those core guys that can play 48 minutes because we've seen them. They don't get tired in the second half. Teams tire. And I see LeBron and the whole entire Cleveland Cavaliers have played so many minutes, so many games in this postseason. I think Golden State is pretty much ripe just to take care of it.
Well, Golden State make most of their runs in the second
half. They do. Third quarter is death for everybody.
So they recharge that battery and they turn it up. You see defensively they pick up. You start seeing bodies move, ball move, penetration, draw the defense, kick it to open three-point shooters. They really turn it up in the second half. That's when they take. We talk about all the time, and you know this too. I'm sure you've been on many teams where they say, okay, first 5 minutes of the second half, let's go. Let's put it on them. Yeah. Golden State really concentrates on that.
And if you watch throughout the playoffs, the teams that Golden State has played, Houston died in the second half because they missed 27 straight threes, and they hit front of the rim threes every single time, which says their legs are tired.
Did we even shoot 27 threes in a game?
Never. No. You might have, but I think you hit those.
I didn't even get 27 up.
But you would hit them. You never went. I guarantee you never went. You never had a stretch in your entire career since being a little kid to retiring where you missed 27 in a row.
No, that wasn't going to happen.
Tracy, do you think LeBron's tired? I mean, he plays every game. He played 48 minutes, I think it was in Game 7. I mean, he looks exhausted, but it's not done. I mean, now he's got the NBA Finals. This is where it matters the most.
Well, he had a couple of days. So, treatment, all this new technology to kind of rejuvenate him. He's going to be fine for this game tonight.
When you spend $1 million a year on
nutrition recovery, and all that stuff.
Heck, he's the bionic man. You look at him, he doesn't wear at all.
Year 15, and he played all 82 games. Who does that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But when you can spend $1 million, something good is there.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the money.
Just a small investment.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just nickel and dime.
Tracy, here's something else too. We've only got a couple minutes left in this segment, and we'll continue this conversation in the next. But I was telling Jeff, I feel like as it stands right now, this might be the last time we see LeBron James in the NBA Finals. Do you think that could be true?
No, I think that's false.
I
think
agree.
He's going to get to a team in which he can help get over the hump to the finals. He's got a legacy going on right here. How many times he's getting to the finals? So I don't think he's going to let that fall off at any point.
So we're looking at 8 straight NBA Finals, including this one this year with against Golden State. If he stays in Cleveland, what do they have to do to?
Not gonna happen.
He's not gonna stay,
and they will not get back to the finals with that team.
No. That's a bad. You take LeBron James off that team. Is this even a playoff team?
No,
it's not. Right?
Absolutely not.
No, and they're so locked in with those contracts. They have guys for the next 2 years. There's nobody coming off the books this year. That's the team LeBron James is going to have for the next year and a half.
Right, and he knows that with free agency approaching.
So right now he's focusing on Golden State, but in the back of his mind, I mean, I think there's rumors that Chris Paul and the Rockets are already reaching out. And when's the date you can start negotiating? Like July 1st, but July 9th you can't actually sign anything. You can't make it official.
Oh, he's gonna be in purple and gold, Pep. I've been saying this forever, buddy. What are you talking about? He's not gonna go.
Could that happen, Tracy? Could he be a Laker?
He's not gonna go to
the
Houston.
Same problem talent wise. You got a bunch of guys.
They're not going to win. That's the problem, right?
He's got to carry. They're young and they're trying to figure it out, but he's got to carry them. He needs 2 more experienced guys in order to do that.
Paul George and Kawhi. That's the wish list. We got the local guy we want coming back home, and then Paul George, that shooter.
And Paul George is local. He's from
Palmdale,
Lancaster.
Lancaster, Palmdale area.
Yeah. So you got 2 local guys and a Superman.
Now, Jeff's theory that I kind of buy into, and I know he's a Laker fan, so he wants to see him on the Lakers, but the Boston Celtics. Jeff can make a case that the Celtics can bring in LeBron James, and it makes sense.
2 first-round picks this year. They have 2 guys that didn't even play this year who are all-stars, and they've got those young bodies that are very, very marketable. You could get rid of one of the 2 studs that didn't play this year. You can give up 2 draft picks. That might be a place, because then Cleveland gets something out of the deal.
Some value in return.
Right. Because I don't think LeBron's going to leave Cleveland again high and dry like he did the first time.
No, see, the decision, and that's why a lot of people, I think, hates him. It was because of the decision the first time. But he was a kid. He was given bad advice. You always want to let management know you don't want to be there so they can do a sign-and trade. You get your money. They'll trade you to where you want to be, but they'll get something back for it. That's just good business. Yeah. And he didn't understand that as a kid. But here, moving forward as an adult, I don't think he'll do it this time, because he understands how devastated Cleveland was that in the situation he left him in. So I don't think he'll do that again. But to talk about Boston makes sense. Philly makes sense. Yeah. I hear that he's buying a house or house hunting in Toronto.
Yeah, he can afford it. He can buy houses everywhere.
Really?
Now, they're a tough guy away from winning.
They really are, because they got 2 great guards.
They can score, right?
Right.
Lowry and DeRozan.
Right, so you just have to find out what makes sense there.
That's interesting. We haven't heard the Raptors, have we?
He loves that city, from what I hear.
I've been to Toronto.
I just watched the Vince Carter thing on Netflix. I'm buying in Toronto.
Hey, Toronto's a love place.
Toronto, that's my second home. I love Toronto. I was there twice.
Yeah, he loved it so much you went twice. All right, we still got a lot more to get to. NBA Finals, Game 1 tonight, Golden State and Cleveland. We got Tracy Murray in studio. We'll be right back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and get them to reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can save thousands of dollars on that weekly special. So if you're into wasting money, go somewhere else. If you want to save that money, build yourself a nice garden in your backyard or maybe a slide for your pool, you have so much money left over if you go to Catalano Motors in Corona.
That's my next thing. I need a slide in my pool. My kids were asking me for a slide.
And you need a new car too, right?
I need a new car.
Go to Catalano. You're going to save so much money. You can buy that slide. You're going to be a hero in the Gorham house.
Well, heck, I told you last week, my wife, we have a reading room in our house. And so I had this big fountain built in my backyard for my kids, my wife to sit there and read. But it's really loud. I plugged it in turned it on yesterday. It's really loud. My neighbors are pretty far away, probably going, what the hell's going on in that backyard? My pool, I got this thing called the pool monster that, cleans your pool.
Oh, yeah, it goes along the bottom of it.
Yeah, a creepy crawler thing. Yeah. But sometimes it gets out of the water. It breaches. It breaches like a whale.
Yes.
So it sounds like a monster.
I know.
So if you're sleeping in my neighborhood,
don't freak out.
It's the pool monster in the Gorham's backyard. But every time I get to sleep in, it's
and you're running outside.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell's going on? My kid's going, Dad, it's the pool monster. It's the pool monster. Relax. So yeah, I can save some money. I'll put in a slide in my pool.
Back to the slide for a second. Is it going to be one of those rock slides?
It would have to be a rock slide.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah,
he's a big baller over here.
Hey, my neighbor across the street, we stole his pool. Is what we did. We said, I want that pool. And he's a CIA guy or FBI. We call him the spy.
The spy.
He flies drones and kills people.
Uh-oh.
So he has this sweet ass pizza oven in his backyard.
Like when the brick ones?
Yeah, brick pizza
throw
oven.
The pizza in the big
rock
rock
with the big
thing?
rock.
So we know who's hopping over the fence making pizza.
You're darn right. I'm over there in the middle of the night, but he's got two big Rottweilers. So I got to dodge those things. And
he knows about you then.
Oh, and he's got drones and guns and stuff. But yeah, that's my next thing. I'm going to get a big rock pool. And then
in a pizza, like a brick oven
thing? A brick oven. I'm telling you, man, the Shangri-La of the stately Gorham Manor is going to be complete.
Oh, 007 sitting to the right over here. I didn't know about that.
Man.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you.
All that money you made in Australia?
Yeah, New
Zealand.
Oh, yeah, I didn't make this kind of money, though. I never made the NBA money. I made ABA money.
But
I made G League money, but it was tax-free G League
exactly.
money.
There you go. That adds up. I was about to say, come on, I played overseas for 3 years now. That's tax-free money.
Yeah, that's good money.
So anything overseas is tax-free?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And I had a really cheap agent who was like, yeah, he's Jeff. I'll take care of him. I would just give him shekels. Just gave him shekels.
A little something.
Little something.
Well, that's how you do it.
We got Tracy Murray in studio here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're talking about the NBA Finals, Game 1 tonight. LeBron James and the Cavaliers taking on Golden State again, Part 4. Are you exhausted of this, Tracy? Are you excited to see Cleveland and Golden State again? Would you like to see some new blood in there?
I'm not excited because it's too out of balance. It's not balanced, the teams. If LeBron had another soldier that can help balance this thing out a little bit more, I would be excited to see it. I'd be like, okay, give me more.
Like a Kyrie Irving or something, right?
This is just like the Lakers and Celtics. Okay, bring me more. But they don't have the type of team that can compete, in my opinion, with Golden State.
Yeah, we've seen it. This is only 4 years, and everybody's saying, somebody said it was the greatest rivalry in sports history. And I was thinking to myself, there was 12 years there where the Lakers and the Celtics went at it every single year for 12 years. Mm-hmm. They were a part of something, even in regular season.
And the person who said that just said sports, not even just basketball.
No,
just
he was
sports
in general. I was like, come on, we could go overseas and talk soccer. We could stay here.
Michigan,
locally.
Ohio State football. You could just go on and on.
Panathinaikos, Olympiacos.
Yeah, there you go.
Greece.
Yes. You go on and on and on.
I was at the Big House this year, the Ohio State-Michigan football game.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. You can't compare that to Cleveland, Golden State. There's nothing like it.
Duke, North Carolina basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Tobacco Road.
Yeah. UCLA, USC. Anything.
Exactly.
Anything.
My thing, Tracy, is that as I like Boston, Brad Stevens, these young guys, I like all that, but they're not household names. So if I'm watching the NBA Finals, I do like the star power. I like the fact that LeBron James, the greatest player on the planet, is going to have to carry a team by himself against maybe the greatest team that we've ever seen. It's, you know what I mean? As opposed to Well, it's Boston, but who's on that Boston team? Is it Tatum? Who's that? It's Jaylen Brown. What's his name?
New guys.
They're not household names yet.
New dudes.
I know that, but I think they were a better matchup because they played defense.
Probably.
You know, they would have been a little bit more physical with Curry. You know, would have been a little bit more physical with Thompson. You know, I would have liked to have seen what they did against that physicality defensively.
It could have been a better series.
And I think it's a better series just because your coach was a college coach. If young guys coming in, you have just think if Gordon Hayward would have been playing. He played for him at Butler.
Yes.
And I think those guys that having a young team and a young coach and guys that are freshly out of college that maybe weren't going to get the millions right out, you know, they're going to be millionaires and rich guys. But some of those guys weren't, but they were under the radar. I think Danny Ainge did a really good job of drafting these guys, and I think they bought into it.
They did buy into it. And when you do have a young coach like Brad Stevens, and then you do have young guys that are fresh out, they haven't bought into being in the league yet.
Yeah.
You know, so they still have that college mentality a little bit where you can work them a little bit harder and they'll buy into it. Now, me at year 7 or 8, and we're in Washington, for example, when they bring in Leonard Hamilton, I'm like, trade me, please. Because I can't play for a college coach at this point in my life.
No, and that has been the big issue in the NBA, wouldn't you say? Is the coaches have changed so much. The Rileys of are gone. The Greg, Popovich is probably the last guy of that hard-nosed, tough era that guys still will play for. But we're even seeing now that San Antonio, we're not even sure if guys want to play that style anymore because it is hard. You don't want to be 7 years into the league, like you said, and playing under a college coach.
Right. I mean, one thing the college coaches don't understand is that the NBA is a marathon.
Yes.
You have 82-plus games. You have, and then they're playing less games than we did, and it's less physical now than it was when I played. We didn't complain about the games or anything, but we did complain if we had a college coach. It's like, all right, he doesn't know how to manage his practices.
Yeah.
To where we can play in the games as well, and that's something that that young coaches coming in from college have to understand. They have to learn how to manage the practices. And learn how to rest certain players that are playing 45, 46, 47 minutes a game. You know, like Allen Iverson, everybody yells and laughs about
practice.
We're talking about practice. But he's right.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that goes balls out for 48 minutes.
He's a pro.
Yeah. I mean, he's running around picks. He's guarding people on the other end. He's getting hit hard. He's a little guy out there. And he's playing against people like Oakley night in, night out.
Yeah.
So these guys are constantly setting picks on him. He's getting hit every night, and then you're talking about he can't sit out of a practice? I get it.
Yeah. It is a different style. You said Popovich. Is there any other guy in the NBA that you could think that kind of still has that old school mentality?
The guy that was at maybe Van Gundy, maybe a little bit to that.
Jeff or Stan?
Stan
Van Gundy.
And they let him go.
And the guy that was in Minnesota this year.
Carlisle?
No, I know who you're talking about. The one that was in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Thibodeau,
He's definitely one of those guys that are. He's a defensive-minded coach. He gets after it, and his players get after it. And I think he burnt a lot of his, like Derrick Rose. And
yes, he
did. He clearly burned him out, and Noah, he burnt him out. You know, so I'm surprised that Jimmy Butler is able to last as long, and he's starting to have injuries.
But, you're right. He is.
Right. So he's got to be careful and learn how to manage that situation.
All right, we're going to talk more NBA Finals. Plus, I got to ask Tracy about the best player he ever played against, the 50-point game. Like, there's so much to talk about still. And we've got, UCR basketball coaches in the house, too?
UCR is right outside the window here.
They're listening to a really good show.
You know what they're doing is they think that he's a player, so they're going to recruit him. I know he can still shoot. We saw UCR, and that was what they needed. They needed a guy
shooter,
like Tracy Murray.
They got a one-legged bandit now.
There you go.
Hip replacement. I wouldn't pass the physical.
One good hip, right? I mean,
one good hip, but that metal hip is not going to pass the physical.
All right, more with Tracy Murray plus UC Riverside basketball when we come back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You're going to spoil yourself and your car. Greg Holla, right here, he knows. He went this morning. He got the oil change. He got the mint on the way out. He's feeling great. It's the best day of his life.
Hey, I just got a text, no joke, from Ron Main, the athletic director at Norte Vista.
Okay.
He took a picture with the guys at Spoiled and just sent it to me.
He did?
He's there right now.
We love you, Spoiled. There's only one other person I love more than Spoiled.
Me?
No, not you.
My
Justin
wife?
Bell.
My kids?
No.
Coach Bell.
Oh, Coach Bell.
Oh, we all love that guy.
Strong in the shoe game. Always has the good socks to go with it.
His shirt's always pressed.
Oh, man. He looked like he walked right out of a Gap catalog when we were traveling on the road. He did. He walked into the arena as the best-dressed guy.
But you remember during the year when we were doing the games, he would stand on the sidelines right in front of us. But the thing is, he was so little, we could pretty much see over him, so it was cool. But he had so much starch in his shirt, like it was never, ever
Heavy
wrinkled.
starch.
Dude,
heavy starch.
He could have wadded that shirt up in a bag and then pulled it out, and that sucker would have been straight. It could have stood up on its own. I don't even know if he was strong enough to hold that shirt up. That's why I was always concerned. I'm like, man, that shirt is taking over.
Yeah.
There's like a symbiotic relationship with that shirt.
Yeah, you know what? I rolled his travel bag a couple times in the airports, and it did feel really heavy.
Did the shirt talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
It
That
said,
shirt,
help me.
That shirt was like, man, I'm tired of carrying him around.
We got Justin Bell from UC Riverside. Hey, how about that for an introduction, Coach?
I appreciate that.
We missed you, by the way.
Outside, I'm more of a Banana Republic guy. I'm not really a Gap.
That's
I'm
fine.
not a big Gap guy.
I could have said like Target or Old Navy. I mean,
Yeah, I just want to see Coach in some white linen pants walking
I'm sure it
along the
happens.
beach. Yeah, when he was in Hawaii, did you see him in some white linen pants? They were rolled up real high in some flip-flops.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been great. You got to get a picture. And then we got to put it out on the social media thing. Coach Bell in his linen
In his
pants.
linens.
Yes.
In his Hirachi sandals.
Fine
out there on the
Hirachis.
beach. Yeah. We're talking a little UC Riverside basketball. We got Justin Bell in the house. Coach Magpio's in here as well. And we're going to revisit the NBA Finals a little bit later with Tracy Murray. He's still in the house as well. First off, Coach Bell, how are you doing? I mean, what are you guys doing this time of year at UCR?
Man, right now, we're still in the quarter system. We're on the quarter system for school, so it stretches out. So we don't get out of school for another couple of weeks. So we're still doing spring workouts. The guys are still lifting. We're still cleaning up, tying up some tight ends, recruiting wise, and making sure the guys we have signed or getting into school, streamlined. So a lot of kind of little things. It's, people think it kind of slows down, but it actually feels like we got a lot going on right now for the next couple weeks.
So, like, when you say streamline, like, you're just making sure they're getting their classes, right? Like, they're getting registered, they're good to go for their classes. When would the quarter resume in the fall? Is it like September?
September, yeah. So we
Okay.
start, I believe, September 22nd, like that week of the 22nd. Or actually, that's a Saturday. It's the 24th. Monday, I think, is the first day of classes. So we'll have our guys here for summer school, though. We'll bring our freshmen in for first session of summer school, and then we'll bring the returners along with the freshmen for second session as we kind of transition into the fall.
So as soon as they register, even for that first summer class, you can get your hands on them, right? Like for the new guys, for the freshmen that come in, they're like, okay, they're officially Highlanders. They've registered summer course. Now we can get this thing going.
Yeah,
as much as you can.
As much as you can, yeah. Within the confines of the rules, there's
of course
there's certain rules that certain amount of hours you can get them on the court, certain amount of time they could be in the weight room, on the track, and different things like that. But yeah, once they're kind of enrolled in summer school, what they considered full time for summer school, then it's go time from there.
Justin Bell here in the house on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach, before we get to the UCR camps, you've got the Scotty Awards tonight. I mean, you're like all dressed up. I thought you dressed up for Jeff. I mean, but
hey,
I guess he's got something.
No, the shirt came.
The shirt brought
came,
Justin with him.
Coach Bell with him.
But it's the Scotty Awards tonight, right? What are the Scotty Awards?
Scotty Awards is a athletic banquet they put on end of the year for all sports at UCR. It's they do it's really good for the athletes, especially for the seniors across the board. They dress up. It's a nice plated meal, and they have an MC for it, and they'll give out awards, across the board, teammate of the year and team of the year and plays of the year and things like that. So it's kind of a nice farewell, normally for the seniors as they're going out, for them to say, thank you and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a good close of the year event.
That's pretty cool, Get the guys together one more time. And
yeah.
Guys like Alex Larson.
Yep.
I mean, like the seniors who I saw him at the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame banquet, and he said he's trying to latch on with a team overseas right now, and hopefully going to play pro.
Yeah, he signed with an agent. He's kind of going through that process right now, but he's still working out. He comes out and works out with us from time to time, stays in shape. So he's doing a good job. He's got he's from Sweden, so he's got a European passport. So that'll, obviously help him out a lot. So I'm sure we'll be hearing pretty soon of where he's going.
Jeff, you're like smiling over there. You're like
laughing.
The wheels are turning. Like I'm just waiting ready for a punchline.
No, he said it was like the best play of the year, and the seniors are saying goodbye, and the shirt wanted to say goodbye to everybody as well. So that's why. But no, I want to say this. I did see though on social media, you guys are running like the track out there. You guys are running laps around the track, and I was like, holy cow! UC Riverside men's basketball is running around. I saw who's our guy, the Eagle Scout.
The Eagle Scout.
Who's our Eagle Scout at UC Riverside?
The 3-point guy. Why am I drawing a blank?
Riker Pierce, for God's sake.
Yeah, we talk about this guy all year.
The only thing I'm going to say about this, if you go on the social media of UCR men's and there's video of guys running the track, the only thing you could see was the sun-in hair of Riker Pierce.
Oh, no.
The bleach blonde. And every time he runs by, he's smiling. I'm like, stop smiling. Just run hard, Riker Pierce. Riker Pierce running, and then you see Dikembe Martin. He was kind of jogging a little bit. I was going to yell at him through the internet, but hey, you guys are working hard right now, huh?
Yeah, we are. Let me throw this out there so you don't try to scare off any of our recruiting.
It's all running all the time.
We're not on the track. We ran a mile today.
1 mile, so Jeff. Just a mile. Chill out.
Yeah, we did our mile earlier in the spring, and then we ran another one today just to kind of see improvements on times. And actually, Riker Pierce. Right, so Riker Pierce today, he ran a 5:06 mile. Which is, I mean,
it's the fastest he's ever run.
Yeah,
the track team's gonna snatch him up.
Yeah. So he did a good job. We tried to do it just to test. Coach Murray, I'm sure he did it when he played. Just mostly everything is kind of mental toughness, seeing if you could just push through those last lap 3 and 4. Really, that's what it's about.
All right, Coach Bell, just between us, who had the worst time?
Yeah,
who was the slowest guy?
Coach Patrick.
Is Coach Patrick out there running with the guys too?
No. We're out there kind of on every corner with our timers, kind of letting them know where they're at. Trying to give them some words of encouragement. That's that's our role in this.
I really, really like Riker Pierce, but for some reason I want to yell at him every time I see him.
You're not the only one.
No, in fact, he's one of those guys that are so nice that you just go, you just want to beat him up.
Yeah.
He's just such a nice guy.
He's too nice.
Yeah, way too nice.
He's turned the corner though. He's doing a good job. The mile, he really, stamped his card on this one. He did a great job.
He's got that fitness level.
He's an Eagle Scout. He's probably got a merit badge for it or something.
Thatcher's little vest, right?
Yeah, for his mini vest that he can wear around school at UCR.
Let's touch on this real quick because we're going to take a break in just a second, and we'll revisit this. But the David Patrick basketball camps are coming up. The website's davidpatrickbasketballcamps.com. There's several of them, beginning with a Father's Day camp on June 17th. So, Coach Bell, you're just hoping to get some kids from the local community to come out, meet and greet the Highlanders, right, while you're running them through drills and teaching them some basketball basics, maybe taking it to the next level a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to kind of get the community involved in what we're doing. It's a great way to bring parents and kids to campus, a great way for them to interact with our staff. Some of our players will be working camp also, and then most of all for them to have a good time and, get out of the house during the summer and get some good exercise in. For me, I remember when I was a little kid, there was nothing more exciting than knowing I was going to basketball camp that following week. Coach Mike was saying in the office, the other day, like, he remember getting, like, his shoes ready and all excited on Sunday because camp started on Monday. So that's kind of what it's all about. You get to go out, and those are lasting memories for kids. It's not really, who's the best player, or, we just really want them to come out, have a good time, be on our campus, being around our staff, being around our coaches and players, and have a great time at UCR.
All right, we're going to talk more about the camps, also more UC Riverside basketball when we come back. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training. From lacrosse to golf to football, they do everything. Athletes of all levels in all sports. They go check out Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you check out the strength and speed class. The first one is always absolutely free when you mention Jeff Gorham at the door.
Yes.
That may or may not be true.
That is true.
When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, more with Coach Bell, and we're going to get Coach Magpio. He's hanging out in the corner like we don't see him, but I see him. He's right there. And we're going to get him on the mic as well. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, we got to trim some of the fat around here.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right? It's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right? So when I say he's going to drop down really fast, all right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready? Set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right? So we want to be in and out. All right, now, let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch, he's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Get back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, welcome back to your favorite show. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We are here live and amplified every single day of your life from 3 to 6 p.m., but Jeff and I don't work weekends.
No.
So if it's Monday through Friday, we're here with Greg Holla.
Always here. I see you more than my own kids.
It's rough.
It is rough.
It is really rough.
But I'm starting to find you cuter and cuter every day.
Is it the beard?
Bit.
Like, I haven't shaved in a little bit.
I don't know what it is, but there's something that is just, I'm very attracted to you during the week. Weekends, not so much. But today.
If it's Monday through Friday, I'm a good-looking guy. On the weekends, I kind of let myself go.
We are simpatico, my friend.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. And they can do Letterman's jackets. And they can do team sales. So you got a large order, it's all good. They can hook it up, embroidery, screen printing. Maybe you just need some batting gloves. They can do that too. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Right here in Horsetown, USA, Norco, California, kensportinggoods.com. We got a packed house. There's like a lot of humans in this room right now, Jeff.
A lot of good basketball players.
There is.
There is. A lot.
Are you counting me in a group?
Yes.
Excellent.
I've seen
You've seen me shoot.
There's video out there somewhere of you shooting a turnaround
There
jumper.
is video. Turnaround, like Tim Duncan in the mid-post kind of turnaround.
If Tim Duncan were a midget, then yes. But seriously, if people, we really should do our YouTube, like Red YouTube or whatever you call it. It's the uncensored version of the Inland Sports Show.
Oh,
because
I don't know.
Commercials are the best.
That might get a little sideways. I don't know.
You think so?
Yeah, people might not like us.
But you can curse and stuff on the YouTube.
But we've got lots of secrets, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want people knowing all of our stuff. But we do have some funny things to say in between commercials.
Hey, Coach Bell and Coach Magpie, did you guys like the crocodile DP? Because David Patrick, you know, when we first met him, we're like, where's the Australian accent? Aren't you from Australia?
Yeah,
I didn't have it.
Yeah, and then
that's okay.
I was a little concerned. I thought we were going to see maybe Liam Simmons in here today.
I don't know where Liam.
You know what? He's probably hanging out. No, he's hanging out with Kendall Jenner. He is. He's hanging out
in Hollywood.
Yeah,
right now.
He's probably.
He must be.
He's probably hanging out with his brother and Kendall Jenner.
Is Coach Simmons, Liam Simmons, is he married?
Yes, he's married.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Well,
I'm not gonna. I was gonna link him to another Kardashian or something, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we can never link another Kardashian to a Liam brother or a Simmons brother. Could you imagine that? We might. Hey,
that whole. I better stop.
Yeah,
Coach Bill's.
I know that's the talk around the office. I know it is. You guys are like, wow. You guys are like, hey, what's Kendall like?
Yeah.
What's Chloe like? Oh, but Chloe knows every NBA player, so it doesn't matter.
She knows them.
She knows everybody.
She knows them.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
So in between planning all the summer camps at UC Riverside and getting ready for next season, of course, and all the recruiting, that's probably the hot topic that Ben Simmons has been linked to Kendall Jenner now.
That's my big news.
And you told me because you saw it on what, TMZ?
Of course, that's where I get all my news, Pep.
Of course you do.
TMZ, of course.
We do have Coach Bell. We got Coach Magpie in here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So, Coach Bell, I mean, you know, we were along for the ride last season, and you guys were so close in so many games. I mean, you must have some sort of a sense of optimism going into next year, right? Because the way you guys finished, you competed. It's one thing to lose a bunch of games because you guys had given up, but this is a team, game in and game out, it was close, and they battled to that final possession.
Yeah. You know, we feel optimistic. We like our group of guys. They're working hard this spring. We're working on those things. I think with Coach Patrick, he brings a lot of expertise in areas that allow us to close those things out as they get close. So, you know, we're really excited about the group of guys we have coming in. We think they'll mix well with kind of what we already have. You know, the good thing is we have some guys who coming back, and Minnow Dykstra and Dikembe Martin and DJ Sylvester, guys who've played a lot of minutes and scored the ball efficiently and, you know, defended. So we have some experience that we're going to be throwing out there that always gives you confidence in the coach.
You got some new guys that you're excited about as well. Who are some of the new recruits that we should keep an eye out?
You know, we like Callum McRae, the 6'7" kid we got from New Zealand, who we really like. You know, he's got really good hands. He moves well. Dragon Elkis is a shooter, 6'5" shooting guard from Australia who we really like. We think he's really going to, you know, be able to help us. So we've added some pieces that we like. We got a kid sitting out from UTSA, George Wilborn. He's not going to play this year, sitting this year in residency, but the following year, he's going to be ready to go and activated to help. So, we're excited about all those guys. We got a kid, Zach Watson from Texas, from Frisco, Texas, a four-man who could really stretch the floor nowadays. We think that's really important at the four spot now. You got to have somebody who could stretch it and shoot it. So we're excited about him because we think we could, really play through him a lot, and he can move the ball. He screens, he pops, he moves, really knows how to play, do the things to get people better. So we like adding those pieces with the pieces that we already have. We think it'll mix really well.
Well, we have the David Patrick basketball camps coming up at UC Riverside. The website where you can register is davidpatrickbasketballcamps.com. Coach Bell, I'm looking at the logo. Is that the old Washington Bullets logo? Like, have you seen his DP?
It's close.
It's close.
I think we have the copyright.
I'm just saying it looks
right,
similar.
So yeah. Just in case anybody's listening.
The old Bullets.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. When you see the coach comes in, he has his own logo. Yep. He's the logo. So maybe we can just call Coach Patrick
the logo,
Crocodile DP, or just the logo.
Yeah, because we have the Crocodile Dundee movie posters in our studio, and of course we took. Who played him? What was the guy's name? Paul Hogan. Thank you. Took Paul Hogan's face off, like that movie Face Off. We took it right off, and we put DP in there. And he signed it. He autographed it. He loved it. He thought it was funny. At least he told us he thought it was funny. Maybe he went back to you guys and was like, man, those Jeff and Pep, man, they're real jerks.
Yeah,
Look what they did to me. What they did to me.
Just Jeff. But I honestly, next year when you guys come out for like warm-ups, I want to hear like the didgeridoo. That's what I want to hear. When you guys are warming up.
That would freak another team out.
That would be awesome. Throw everybody off.
Can we tell them our plan? What we were going to do the first time we met Crocodile DP?
Oh, sure.
David
Go ahead
Patrick.
and tell them.
So we heard he was from Australia. So when he came in, we were going to have a bloomin' onion waiting for him, a didgeridoo, right?
Yeah.
A boomerang.
And then we were going to crack open some Fosters in here while he was...
to make him feel at home, we wanted to welcome him. And then he got in here, and what did he say? I think he moved there, but he was only there like 8 years.
Yeah,
or something like
it was kind of a letdown. I was hoping to hear this, Paul Hogan sounding
like
guy.
He lived out in the outback in the bush.
Mel Gibson. Nope. He was like, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
Hey, whoa,
who is this guy? We've been duped.
Can we get Coach Magpio?
Yes, get him on here.
Mike Magpio in the house as well. He did not get the memo about dressing up for us, but it's okay.
Yeah, where's your shirt? Come on, man.
I got the night off. I get to go watch game one. Coach wanted me to scout the Cavs, Warriors.
There you go. That could be a real assignment, right? Go home, watch game one of the NBA Finals. If they do anything well, hey, bring it back to practice, right?
Exactly.
Coach Magpio in the house. This is going to be your first year with the Highlanders. Are you excited about jumping on board and what you guys have going on right now?
Absolutely. Been here for 5 weeks. It's awesome. Excited to work with Coach. Excited to work with Coach Bell. Excited to come home to Southern California. So it's awesome.
That's right. He was a mogul. Remember, he was a real estate mogul.
Yes.
We learned that when we read his bio.
He gave up
I'm
millions.
Comfortable on the mic already. I've done this before.
But you were in real estate.
I was, yeah.
So can you take anything from the real estate world and apply it to basketball, the way you relate to people, manage situations? Is there any similarities between those two different worlds?
Selling is selling, so that's goes along with the recruiting.
Yeah, that's true, right?
And then I was more managing the sales group of our company, so it's like coaching. Same thing. Ran the company like a coach, basically. So same thing, really similar.
Getting guys to buy in, right?
All of it. Yeah,
hey, you buying what I'm selling over here?
For sure. You like cuss them out as a group, but never individually. Same idea, same management.
What if you have a player? What if you have a player in practice though? A player in practice comes up to you, Coach.
Riker Pierce.
Yeah, let's just use Riker because Riker's easy. He's an easy target.
Riker.
The Eagle Scout.
And he's not working hard, and you're going, "Hey, come on, man, you got to start working hard." And he goes, "Hey, Coach, I'm just refinancing. I'm just refinancing, Coach. I'm taking a little time off. I'll give it back to you next practice."
I'm right to it then. I'll be like, "What's your social? Here's your birthday. How much do you owe on your mortgage?" I got the whole thing. Yeah, Riker's. I've been lucky enough, fortunate that Coach Patrick has assigned Riker to me. He's one of the guys that I have to meet with weekly. So I'm with you, man. He's that guy that I yell at him just for no reason.
Yeah, as well you should, because he's a really close talker too. Like anywhere you look, he's right there. He's right next to you. So
he's just so happy. He's just never had a bad day in his life.
No, he hasn't.
He's a good Mormon boy.
That's why we pick on him.
I just want to let him know, like, life's not that happy. You're not happy.
Yeah.
You're miserable. Trust me.
Yeah, he's always in a good
so
mood.
nice and considerate, like especially on the road trips. Hey, can I help you with that? Oh, hey, no, you get food first. I'm like, whoa, who is this guy? Like everyone else is, pile in, getting theirs first, and then there was Riker Pierce.
Yeah. No, the sad thing is I'm starting to learn that it might be real.
It is.
It might be real. I've been telling him you're not real.
Hey,
but it might be real.
Anybody from Idaho, they're all weird. So yeah, just realize, it's real.
Eagle
he's a nice
Scout
guy
from Idaho.
Yeah,
he's legit.
Yeah.
So Coach Magpio at these basketball camps at UCR, and if you're watching us live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports Channel, we got the graphic on the screen that has all the dates and the website. What are some of the things you're going to teach some of these young basketball campers? Because there might be some kids who've never played basketball before. You want to teach them the basics, and there might be some kids, they want to take it to the next level. Maybe they're getting set to go to high school in a year or two. I mean, what's some of the things they're going to learn?
Well, first, we got all kinds of camps. So we got the ones for like the elite camps are for the guys that want to take it to the next level right away. But I think we should ask our coach director here, Coach Gorham over here,
Coach Gorham.
Jeff. So he's just been hired.
I'm hired.
Hey!
The co-director of our basketball camps. But we'll be doing all the same stuff, and hopefully Coach Gorham agrees. We're going to teach him how to dribble, pass, shoot.
Coach Gorham.
Work as a team. I mean, all that stuff. But what do you think, Coach Gorham?
What do you think, Coach Gorham?
We're going to teach them the basics.
Yeah.
They're going to play games.
But
They're
no
gonna have
defense,
fun.
right?
No defense. What are you talking? We're going to do defensive slides till their knees are sore. They're going to have blisters coming out. No, it's going to be a great time. You want to introduce them, the young kids, to basketball. You want to make it fun for them. And when they walk away, they're going to say, hey, I got to hang out with the players. I get to hang out with the coaches. And I learned a little bit that I can take into my next year as I go into play basketball. And basketball camp really is. It's exactly what Coach Bell said. You look forward to it every year. You want to make it a good experience, and you want to make it so that they want to come back every single year and be a part of UC Riverside basketball.
Yeah, just real quick, it's going to be fun. There's probably going to be a special guest appearance. You guys probably talk. Well, I can't say who it is. There's probably going to be a special guest appearance at a couple of the camps, and then I don't know. I hear you guys doing this, like if you mentioned Coach Gorham thing. So
yeah,
Coach Patrick just texted me. He said if you mentioned Coach Gorham, I don't know how we do it.
You get 99 cents off.
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
$1.50 off.
Whoa,
what a deal.
Coach, co-director. No,
okay.
We're going to give you, if you mention Coach Gorham, we're going to give you 50% off.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh,
man!
You're a big deal.
Hey, my name is carrying more weight every single day.
Jeez.
I was good at $1.
It's weird that when we named you co-director, Coach slashed the prices. I don't know.
Man, and the special guest is not Jeff Gorham, right? It's somebody else.
Kendall Jenner.
Wow.
Could be. You never know.
That would be awesome.
You never know. It's in the realm of possibility now.
Sweet.
When's the last time you coached? How long have you been out of coaching?
Remember, I tried to coach at the beginning of this year, but Fox, just when I got out, Fox Sports pulled me back in. So I got out of coaching earlier this year. I was coaching that, I don't want to say the place, but I was coaching and gave it up.
Wait, are the juices flowing, Coach Gorham? Now that you're back in the game,
I got my. I'm going to take my whistle. My whistle's going to come out of my locker. I'm going to dust it off. I'm going to put on. I'm going to put on my high fitting coach's shorts.
For the rest of the show,
they got rules.
For the rest of the show, Coach Gorham.
Coach Gorham. I'm telling you, I'm going to buy new socks. I'm going to get a brand new pair of shoes, and I'm going to be fired up. I might even jog a little bit before camp.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I got to get in shape. Yeah, exactly.
I want to see you out there.
I'm excited.
Running around.
I've worked San Diego State for the last 18 years, and I really like Coach Dutcher. I love Coach Fisher, but I don't want to go down there anymore. I'd rather be with our guys in Riverside. Down the street, new coaches, new guys, and I'm excited to have a basketball camp here in Riverside. I remember as a kid, I went to the John Macy basketball camp, and I was probably, I would say, 7 or 8 years old. It was the first camp I ever went to. And I walked away from it. I remember that we used to go swimming in the middle of the day when they had a pool over there. It was great, a great time. And I hope that kids in Riverside, kids in the outlying areas can have the same experience I did when I was a kid.
All right, so again, DavidPatrickBasketballCamps.com is the website. You can register there. Somehow, if you mention Jeff Gorham, I don't know if there's a promo code or just say it.
50% off.
That's a lot of money.
You're darn right it is.
Man, Jeff,
I'm worth more than a few shekels.
Jeez, you go to Spoiled, you say Jeff Gorham. You go to Boost Performance Training, you say Jeff Gorham. UCR camps, you go say Jeff Gorham.
Hey, wait till they see my 8x10 glossies. I'm going to give each
you're
kid.
You're going to be autographing.
Oh, you're darn right. If they're going to meet me, they better have something signed.
Coach Magpio, Coach Bell, we appreciate it, guys. And man, I'm curious to see who the special guest is at UCR. That's going to make, if I was a kid, I'd sign up for the camp to see who the special guest was.
Tracy Murray right there.
Oh, it could, maybe.
It could be.
Maybe. So and you get to get an autograph with Jeff.
Yeah.
Man.
And an 8x10 glossy.
Man, it just keeps getting better and better.
You're darn right.
When we come back, more on the NBA Finals. We have Game 1 tonight, Golden State and Cleveland. Tracy Murray still in the house. So we'll talk about LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, all the big-name players as Game 1 is tonight. We'll get you all set for the NBA Finals. Plus, Tracy Murray had a 50-point game. I want to talk about that. My favorite player of all time, Chris Webber. I saw him. He dumped looked like a cup of water,
cold
Gatorade
water
on your head. I want to ask him about that. You look like genuinely mad. That's my boy C. Webb, but Murray over here looks mad.
He was working his butt off. It takes a lot to score 50. Have you ever scored 50?
No.
On Yahtzee, maybe.
Yahtzee.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's the closest you're ever getting to 50. That's tiring.
We've got more Inland Sports Show, your favorite show, when we come back, right here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Now, a big thanks to UC Riverside basketball, Coach Bell, Coach Magpio breaking down the camp. We got Coach Gorham in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Gorham.
That's how you and I first met. You were Coach Gorham.
Pep used to come and cover my basketball games, and I was running the system. And I had 5-6 Hispanic guys that ran full speed, and we were averaging 108 points a game in 32 minutes. And it was the craziest thing in the world. Pep would come to the games. We'd be down 30.
You'd beg me.
Yeah.
Hey, you going to come cover us? We're scoring 100 points.
Yeah.
We're running the system.
We'd be down 30 at halftime, and I'd walk in. I'd be like, I'm not too worried. And we'd come out and win by 20 because guys would just die. I'd rotate guys in every 3 minutes. And it was crazy basketball, but it was fun. So Pep and I became buddies that way.
Yeah. I still have pictures of you, like, yelling. Like, as a coach, you're, like, on the sideline going, yelling at your guys.
I have mellowed out quite a bit. Another time Pep came to cover a game, we were playing our rival, La Sierra High School, and I had every coach in the area sit on my bench for that night because we were
all the head coaches, right?
All the head coaches from the same league we were in, and then all of my friends. So I had 12 head coaches sitting on my bench, and then I had like 3 guys on my team that sat at the very, very end. So it was crazy. All these head coaches, and we still lost by 20.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Please go check them out. Save thousands of dollars on that weekly special. You can buy, trade, and finance right there at Catalano Motors in Corona. All right, before we get back into the NBA Finals and Tracy Murray's the playing career, the 50-point game, and all those sorts of things, there's a thing trending on Twitter right now. Everybody's doing it, and it's called your favorite all-time, where you name your favorite all-time NBA player, your NFL, football, college football. That'd be kind of fun to do it. So if you're not a fan of a particular sport, we just say pass. But if you do have one, let's just go around the room and do that. Because everyone's doing it on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, it's everywhere. Everyone's filling it out. They retweet it, and you're supposed to copy it, paste it, and fill in your favorites and tweet it out again. So, first one, favorite NBA player of all time. Let's start with Jeff, and we'll go around the room.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All time.
All time.
Why did you take mine?
Is that your guy?
That's mine.
That's my guy. It's always been my guy.
He's been my favorite since I was 5 years old.
You're darn right. Pep argues with me. I still say Kareem is the best player of all time.
That's the discussion. Kareem or Michael, not anybody else in Michael.
Agreed. Ha!
Jeff.
Hey, we have 2 guys that are taller than 6'8". We rule.
You rule?
Right. Yes. Okay, Pep, who's yours?
Favorite all time, Chris Webber.
Really?
Easy. Oh, yeah, big Sacramento Kings fan. Like, he was the guy in the day.
He sure was. You guys took our best player from us in the trade.
Who was that?
Yeah, I was in Washington. Yeah, you guys took our best player.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We sucked from that point forward.
After that,
we went right into the tank.
I had a poster in my room of Chris Webber. I still remember. He was holding the moon when he played for Washington. I forget what the thing said on the poster, but he was holding the moon in a Washington uniform. Pre-Kings, of course. All right, so that's NBA. Favorite NFL player of all time, Jeff?
Walter Payton. Walter Payton.
Tracy?
He's the first guy I've watched play.
Bo Jackson.
Ooh, good one.
Joe Montana.
All right, that's pretty good.
College football. Ooh. This is what everyone else is doing. So we're just going down the list like everyone else on Twitter.
Either Marcus Dupree.
Who?
Marcus Dupree. Yeah, he was.
What team was that?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Or Johnny Football. Johnny Manziel was fun to watch, I have to say. Or the entire.
Wait, there's no ors.
Okay, here's my thing. Can I name a team as my favorite college football?
Coach Gorham, you don't understand the game.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go Johnny Football. Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
Okay.
Tracy Murray.
Barry Sanders.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a topper right there. He topped us.
I'll go Desmond Howard from those Michigan teams. Desmond Howard was a stud. All right, now college basketball. And you can't say Tracy Murray.
Alcindor?
You could go there.
Yes. Yeah. There we go.
Is that who you're going to?
I would have gone that, but I'm gonna save that one for Tracy. Can take Lou Alcindor. I'm gonna go Hank Gathers because I got to see him.
That was my man too.
Hank Gathers because my buddy played for that Loyola team, so I went to every game. Hank Gathers.
I'll make this quick because he's obscure. Dugan Fife.
Dugan Fife.
He was the point guard when Chris Webber left Michigan. He came in, so Dugan Fife.
Named his dog.
I named my dog after Dugan Fife. Don't ask me why.
Dugan Fife.
I did. Okay, all right. See, we did football. We just did basketball. Major League Baseball. Jeff, your favorite Major League player of all time?
Don Baylor.
Really?
Yeah, because you got to save the guys. The first baseball player I ever fell in love with.
Because you're an Angels guy.
Angels fan.
Okay,
but I'd have to go Mike Trout now, but I'd go Don Baylor because that's who I always went to.
Tracy?
Man, my favorite team was the Dodgers, but damn. Reggie Jackson.
Oh,
that's another good one.
Good one.
I would go Darryl Strawberry. What? What are you guys laughing at me?
Straw can play.
Man, he's like a pastor now. He was hitting home runs, and now he's preaching.
I bet Tracy remembers this. We're going to step off here. Do you remember when they used to have the Crenshaw League? Joe
Yes.
Do you remember when
I used to be
Darryl?
in the stands all the time, watch my dad play.
Do you remember when Darryl Strawberry? Because I was playing for Darryl Strawberry was missing for the Dodgers.
Coach Gorham.
But here's the deal: we were dressing in the locker room, and Darryl Strawberry was hanging out, and I'm like, "Where the heck are the? Aren't you playing today?" Darryl was on a bender, but I will say this. That's your favorite baseball player?
That's my guy.
Just know this.
That's my guy.
He was hanging out in the Crenshaw locker room at the Crenshaw Summer League.
Besmirching his name right now.
Besmirched your guy, but no, Darryl was pretty good.
He was good.
That was my Darryl story there.
Really good.
But now he's a pastor, so he's good.
All right, so we did baseball. Hockey. Do we have any hockey favorites?
What the hell, man? I never
come
watched
on.
it. Wayne Gretzky. There we go.
The great one?
Yeah, I'm down with the great one, too.
And I'm going to go with the guy that Tracy mentioned off the air, Brett Hull.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Legend for the St. Louis Blues. Okay, that was hockey. Golf.
Tiger.
Not even close to me. It's Tiger.
Tiger. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of golf, but I watch Tiger, so I'll go with Tiger Woods as well. Tennis.
John McEnroe. By far.
Old Johnny Mac.
Yeah, he's just
You
funny.
loved his attitude, didn't you?
Yeah, he's just funny as
You
hell.
like when he
You
get
like
mad,
jerks.
He start tripping when he got mad.
Jeff likes jerks.
Yeah, I do.
Andre Agassi.
Oh, good one.
Andre Agassi as well, because he had those really cool Nikes.
He did have
back in the
sweet
day
Nikes.
with the flame, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
black
The headband with the long hair.
Yeah, he was wild. He was the wild man. I think he was a Las Vegas guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a
Andre
Las
Agassi?
Vegas guy.
Let's see what's next on the list.
Wait, what's yours?
Oh, tennis. I'll go with Andre Agassi. Yeah, because he had the cool shoes. With the I still remember they were black with like the orange flame on the side. They were so cool. Those Nike Airs. They were
none
so
of you
cool.
guys said Pete Sampras. Come on, man.
No,
He's too boring.
I almost said. Yeah, he was boring, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Really good.
Nobody
But
said Bjorn Borg or
Boris Becker.
Yvonne Lindor or anything.
Yvonne
Boris Becker. You're
Lindor.
like, come on, man.
Look at Tracy,
Yeah.
man, strong in the tennis game. Boxing. Favorite boxer?
Tyson.
Marvin Hagler.
Tyson.
I went to a couple of Tyson fights where I barely sat down and got up and left because it was over that quick.
Were you like, that was so awesome to see, or man, I just wasted my money?
No, it was. I didn't waste money because
Somebody else.
They were comp seats, so I was cool.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I was cool. I got there. Okay, let me get in here, sit down. Okay, he's coming to the ring. He's got that look on his face. The guy looked like he's crapping his pants across the ring. Ding ding. Oh, it's over.
Well, the good news is he's got the rest of the night, right? The fight was over,
Hey,
so.
he was. Hey, the after party fight was real nice. He didn't have to wear sunglasses.
He looked good, right? You know, he wasn't all beat up.
Damn you.
60 seconds later, it was over.
Damn you, Pete McNeely.
We got two more. You have a soccer guy?
Soccer?
I got
Kickball? I don't know.
Kickball. You like kickball?
I don't know. Pele. Why not? I've never watched soccer.
I got one. I saw him play when I was overseas, and it was just awesome. It was the best thing I've seen. And this was when N1 basketball was out, and I saw tricks with the basketball. But this dude was unbelievable. Ronaldinho.
That's the Brazilian, yes. The footwork is insane. If
And
you
so
like,
he's the one that had
yes.
that Nike commercial. And they had him. They were charting him when he was a kid. They had video on him when he was a kid.
Yes.
All the way through a pro.
I remember that.
Oh man, he was awesome.
I think he had another Nike commercial where he was like dribbling through an airport, like through all these people, like over luggage. Insane. He was insane.
Unbelievable.
I'll go Eric Winalda. I'll keep it American. He was a great American before Landon Donovan came. And finally, and this is right in Tracy's wheelhouse.
Yes, it is. I know it is.
Right in his wheelhouse. This is where I'm going to cap off what's trending on Twitter right now, the all-time favorites, professional wrestling.
Oh wow.
This is Tracy's wheelhouse. This is where he lives.
Yes. You are a big wrestling fan.
I'll go Jeff first because Tracy's stewing over there. He's marinating on this. Jeff, your favorite this is professional wrestling. This is not like go to the Olympics, win the gold medal.
Dude, George the Animal Steel, for gosh sake.
That's your favorite all time?
You're damn right, man. Because he was like he was like a high school principal for his real job. And he was like a nice guy, and then he would go into character, and that hair on the back would stand up, and he would go at you. He was the greatest. He had the best moves. Yes, I have to go George the Animal Steel.
Tracy, you're a big wrestling guy, right?
I know a lot of them, yeah.
You're friends with some of these guys, aren't you?
I'm friends with a lot of them. I tell you, there were some great performers like Bret Hart, Ric Flair, a lot of great performers. I'm going with the best big man probably to ever do it, besides Andre the Giant, is The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I love The Undertaker. I just like the whole storyline.
You're talking about a former basketball player who is extremely mobile. You know, yes, he's playing a dead man. Yes, he's kind of slow and methodical, but then he has these spurts where he'll run and jump over the top rope and onto the floor, you know, to clothesline somebody, or, you know, he'll do the old school off the middle of the rope and jump off and hit somebody. I mean, he's a performer. His whole gimmick, you know, they keep it real sacred. You know, it's like, how many times have you seen interviews with The Undertaker?
You don't.
Right.
Who was the other guy? Who was the other big guy?
Sacred.
Was it Kane? Like, Kane never talked? Like,
Kane is
that was
another
kind of his deal. Was this his brother?
Yes,
and
his brother. That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. Yes, his brother.
God.
Yeah, and both of them are real good guys. And Glenn is Kane. He's running for mayor in a small city.
Wait, he's running for mayor?
In Tennessee.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? He's always been extremely intelligent. He will always walk around in the back with his computer. So I mean, it's like he would be on his computer in the back before the show, like doing things.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those dudes you talk to, and it's like, this dude is sharp. I mean, he may be getting hit in the head with chairs and choking people in fire matches and everything, but this dude is sharp mentally.
Who's your favorite wrestler, Pep?
When the glass shatters and the Texas rattlesnake comes out, Stone Cold, man. He's always angry, man, when that glass shatters. I was like, yeah! Bring it on!
I love Stone Cold.
Right? What's not to love, man? Texas rattlesnake.
Now, if you were Fox, I don't know if you guys read this, but Fox just acquired the rights. They had a choice between MMA or WWE. WWE.
Yeah.
Fox. What would you choose if you were Fox and you had millions and millions of dollars? We work for Fox. What would you go with? MMA or WWE?
I would go WWE. And what's crazy is these mainstream sports outlets like ESPN, CBS Sports, when they have like the Royal Rumbles and these big wrestling events, they have them as headlines on their websites, like who won that night. Like they treat it like a traditional sport.
Like a sport, yeah.
There's so much money involved. I would go WWE. What would you do, Tracy?
I would go WWE as well, because I'm looking at when I first started watching UFC and how it grew, and the people that they had out front and the matches that were put on, that you know, the fights that happened, and they were really good fights, and I think it's kind of losing steam a little bit. I know I used to watch all the time, get all the pay-per-views. I haven't watched UFC in a long time, so I consistently I think it would be WWE.
I think WWE is more mainstream. Like when I was in college, everybody watched it. Monday night, everyone was watching Raw. I think UFC, at least in my little world, feels like it's more niche still. Like there's people who really love it and they're very passionate about it. But if you just walk into any random house in America, it's like, hey, are you a UFC fan? No. Hey, but do you know who The Rock is? Oh yeah, I know The Rock. I used to watch him on Raw.
Right.
So
it's crazy. I mean, they have some really loyal fans to WWE, and you were talking about being in college and everybody watching Raw. That was the time during the Monday Night Wars where you had WCW against WWE.
Yes,
and it
Hollywood.
Was what do they call it? Must see TV.
Yeah,
between both of them, and it was an incredible time to watch wrestling at that time.
Hollywood Hulk.
Yep.
What was his
Hall
group?
and Nash. NWO.
There it is.
Yep.
NWO
versus DX. That was who gets the ratings. Who gets the ratings? And Stone Cold was running wild. Rock was running wild at that time. Undertaker was in a dark character. The Ministry of Ministry of Darkness. Yeah,
good times.
Yeah, it was definitely a time to watch.
All right, we're going to talk more basketball, more on the NBA Finals with Tracy Murray. He's in the house. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart, is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You can spoil yourself and your car when you go change your oil every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. At Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, you'll get in and out quickly. You'll get a mint. If you're a lady, you'll get a flower. Greg was there this morning.
He got a flower.
Did you get a flower?
Did you get a lady? Is
Pay
the question.
We love you, Spoiled.
Did you ask her to purify herself in Lake Minnetonka?
you love the movie clips, right? Tracy, you love the movie clips.
Purple Rain, man. Of course.
Have you ever seen Purple Rain, Pep?
No.
What the hell is wrong with you?
No.
You know what? Tonight,
unless it has Darth Vader or a Hobbit, I probably haven't seen it, man.
Tonight, I want you to go home because I know your daughters are still at the beach.
They're gone. It's just me and my wife.
So you and Tara.
Movie night.
Yeah.
Movie night.
Wild in the Fernandez house.
Ask her if she wants to jump in the lake of Minnetonka.
Purify yourself in
what
the
are you
Lake
talking
Minnetonka.
about?
Yeah, I bet your wife knows what that is. What are you talking about? Your wife is like, I've been there.
She wants to
just outside Minneapolis. Oh yeah, I've been there a few times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. It's your favorite show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're talking NBA Finals, all things hoops, with Tracy Murray here in the house. Tracy, you dropped 50 points in a game, in a real live NBA game. Not a lot of guys have done that. It was at Golden State when you did this. It's still the same arena, right? It's still Oracle.
Yes.
What was it like playing that game? Because you were with Washington at the time, against Golden State.
Washington at the time, shorthanded, no Chris Webber, no Juwan Howard. A lot of guys were hurt, no Marathon. There were tons of guys that were hurt. We only had 7. We brought Lawrence Moulton in on a 10-day contract. He was our 8th guy. So there were plenty of minutes, plenty of shots. We're right back after All-Star break, in which I was in the three-point contest that year. Even though I didn't win it, even though I wasn't in the game, it felt like I was an All-Star. So I came back out of that with confidence. And oh, by the way, it's the same arena that I played my last high school game in that I had 64-19 in.
Was that a state title
championship game in which we lost?
So you like that arena?
83. So the arena I love. The background behind the baskets.
The lighting, whatever it is, right?
The lighting, everything about that building. I had confidence walking in. Even ushers were saying, no 64 points today. And so I'm laughing and I'm loose, right? So we go out. Tip-off happens. Start off a little slow. But then things start clicking. And shots start falling. And then fast forward to the end of the game. You look up there. I'm shooting a free throw, 2 free throws with 49 points already. Missed the first one. Everybody started laughing. First free throw I missed all night. Knocked down the second one. And then I had 50. But it was an array of shots. It was dunks, drives to the bucket, post-ups, fadeaways, three-point shots. It was just one of those nights where it felt like I was throwing a pea in the ocean.
Let's relive that night just for a moment. Here's a little bit of the basketball call of Tracy Murray just going nuts. 50 points on Golden State.
At 51 points at halftime. And he's 78 now with 4:15, and Murray with 49 from the left baseline.
Right now, Murray's just going. He went around Farrell. He went up and over Tony Delk from the right baseline. This last time, he went up and over Tony. Had a big fight with him earlier in the year, but I thought that was put to bed. Here it goes.
On the left wing with Simpkins on him, holding 22 feet, and he's fouled.
Now, is this where you go to the free throw line that you were talking about? You missed the first one?
Missed the first one, made the second.
So, there's a shot of Juwan Howard in the suit. Knowing Chris Webber and Juwan Howard were out, were you going into that game with the mentality, I'm going to take this thing over? This team, Washington needs me. I'm going to attack on the offensive end. Juwan and Chris are out. I'm going to take this game over.
I came in with the mindset that I am not going to be subbed out for mistakes. And, normally I have a shorter leash when you come off the bench and you have those guys out there. You have a shorter leash. If you miss 2 shots, I missed 2 shots, I'm going to the side. If there was a defensive mistake, it was automatically my fault. And if there was a bad run, I would come out the game. That's just how it was. And it was a night that I knew I didn't play looking over my shoulder. And it was an incredible night, not only for me, but for Rod Strickland, who had a monster triple-double.
That's so awesome. And then at the end, because I want to ask you, because C. Webb, that's my favorite player of all time, growing up as a little guy up in Northern California as a Sacramento Kings fan, he dumped water or Gatorade or something on your head at the end.
Man, it was cold. It was ice cold. My body went into shock after it. And it was ice on top of it, too. It wasn't just the Gatorade. It was ice, too, man. It was cold. But it was fun, man. It was a compliment, you know, coming from him. He wanted, hey, man, you need to cool off, and he threw it on top of me. But you know, to be able to step up and get a win when we needed to get a win with those guys out, it was a good time.
Well, Golden State's come a long ways. Now they're back in the NBA Finals. They're a dynasty, right? Would you say that, Tracy Murray? Golden State's a dynasty at this point?
Getting to that point.
Yeah.
Especially with the win this time, you can start talking a dynasty with this era. Yeah.
Who's the best player you ever went up against? Maybe you didn't directly guard them, but
Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan?
Yeah, it's not even close. Michael Jordan.
Was he doing things on the court that you hadn't seen before, or what was it about him?
I mean, I witnessed game 2 of the playoffs that we played against him. He just came right out and immediately jumped on top of us. He had 55 that game. And Calbert Chaney guarded him the best that anybody could have ever guarded him. Every shot was contested. Every shot was worked for, and he was just dropping shots from everywhere.
This was a playoff series?
This was a playoff series.
Like a first round.
This was the Bulls against the Bullets.
Okay.
Back in 96, 97. It was my first year. Last year, the Bullets. My first year with them. And I played well that series. We got swept. It was a 3 out of 5 game series, and we got swept. But it was definitely the Michael Jordan show. Definitely.
Now I have a quick question. Against, you said the best player that you ever played. Who's the hardest guy, or who's the guy when you played you hated when he guarded you because he could stop you? Was there a Tracy Murray stopper growing up ever?
Keith Askins.
Keith Askins was your kryptonite.
Yes. Keith Askins played for the Miami Heat. He was the starting 2 guard for the Miami Heat. He was 6'8", extremely long, wiry, strong. Oh, by the way, he's got Alonzo Mourning protecting his back at the rim, so you can't get by him and get to the rim because you're looking at Zoe. So he was able to pressure up. He was quick enough to stay in front of you, and he was long enough to bother your shots or get a piece of it. And you go to try to post him up. He was strong enough to push you off the block out of your comfort zone. So he was definitely a great defender and a guy I hated playing against. And I laugh with him whenever I see him now. And I was like, man, I hated playing against you. But you know, it's just the respect that we give each other.
You still run into a lot of these guys.
Oh, yeah, he's a scout. He used to be on the bench for the Miami Heat for years, coaching with Spo. And then now he wanted to take a lesser role, and he's scouting now. He's out on the road a lot.
All right, let's take a break because we still have to get to Kawhi Leonard. I want to ask Tracy about Kawhi Leonard. I want to ask him about ABC 7 because I know we're a lot more fun than those guys, but I still want to ask him because he's going to be on TV on Sunday for the finals. So we're going to ask him about ABC 7 as well. And LiAngelo Ball, future Laker, right, Jeff?
No,
stop it.
Just stop it.
Future Laker, stop. I'm just messing with you guys. Love you guys. We'll be back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez. And we're gonna go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're gonna teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips. And power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Yeah. Fool. You know how we do it.
What is up, and welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We are here live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. talking Inland Empire sports and everything else. NFL, NBA Finals, of course, Major League Baseball. Clayton Kershaw on the bump for the Dodgers right now against the Phillies at last peak. I'm going to take one more peek over here at the scoreboard. It was 0-0 in the second inning. Uh-oh. Phillies got one. We're going to the third. Philly already on top of Clayton Kershaw. 1-0 against the Dodgers. Uh-oh. And the Halos lost this morning 6-2 to Detroit. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. And Letterman's jackets. They can do team sales, too. They can do it all. So if you need a baseball bat or some cleats, go to Kin Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA, Norco, California. And the website's kinsportinggoods.com. Now, listen, I know, Jeff, you and Tracy go way back.
I had hair and I was skinny.
And he had a Letterman's jacket that had Coach Gorham on the back.
Coach Gorham. Coaching again at the UCR camps. But Tracy and I go way back, too.
You do?
We go way back.
You do?
So I was the main sports anchor for ABC in Bakersfield.
Ooh.
And you were coaching the Jam. That was with Herrick, right?
Yes. Coach Herrick, Sean Rooks, rest in peace.
Yes.
Yes. Man, that was an adventurous time with those teams.
Oh, man.
The beginning of the D-League, now G-League.
Now, were you guys at the time, I can't remember when they switched over because they played in the big arena downtown.
Yes, Rabobank.
Okay, and then they built their own facility like on the outskirts later. I couldn't remember like when you came in and when that all happened.
And we told them not to do that.
Build the little, their own place?
Yeah, it's like, but they were looking to cut corners and save, but it ended up being a waste of money.
They're not there anymore.
No,
from what I understand.
That's why it was a waste of money.
The Bakersfield Jam, are they defunct?
Yes.
No longer around.
No longer.
I don't know.
Bakersfield Jam.
Did that franchise move to another city? I forget how it
might have been.
Yeah. I forget how it worked out, but they're not there anymore.
He has his Bakersfield.
Oh, I got tons of Jam gear. T-shirts, jackets, sweaters. I got a Jam jersey. I got all kinds of stuff. Was Brian Weathers? Do you remember that name? Was he there when you were there? Because it was around 2007, 2008.
Yes.
Brian Weathers.
2007, 2008. I was definitely around that time.
He was only there for, I think, part of a season.
Right, halfway,
he wasn't. Guys were coming in and out all the time.
All the time.
Who was the big name on when you were there? Did you have Jerry McNamara?
We had Derek Byers.
Oh, Derek Byers. He got called up, right?
He got called up. We also had a big fellow that was playing for the Celtics. I forgot his name.
Patrick O'Brien.
Look at you, Mr. Bakersfield.
He never panned out. But
he had talent, but he just didn't work hard.
Yeah.
There was Scooter McFadden.
Oh, I remember Scooter. Yeah.
Those are the two guys that I mentored, Scooter and Derek Byers. And, I was a mentor / second assistant.
So you coach now, but it's with Prodigy, right?
Yes, Prodigy Athletic, my brother's organization. His AAU teams, and we train kids, and then the kids that he trains, we put them all on AAU teams and get them exposure. Try to help them get to college. It's a bunch of good kids that need opportunities.
What age are we talking about? Like 15, 16?
We're talking 14 through 18.
Do you enjoy that more than, let's say, like your D-League, G-League experience where you've got professional guys trying to make it to the NBA? I mean, that's like apples and oranges, right?
I enjoy this process better than the G-League and the Lakers situation because when you're talking about people who are grown, you're talking about people who are set in their ways already. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. If they don't work hard, they're never going to work hard. If they don't listen, they're never going to listen. But these kids, you're grabbing them at an early age. You're able to put your imprint on them. You're able to teach them the correct way of how to play, how to approach the game mentally, how hard to play. We call it teaching them how to play chess instead of checkers. There's a lot of checker playing basketball players out here now that don't read what's in front of them. They just put their heads down and go. Or they pull up and take a three-point shot, kick in the leg with two hands down their throat. And it's like there's more to basketball, and there's more ways to contribute than just shooting bad shots. and the importance of winning and losing is not there nowadays. We teach our kids the importance of winning, because you win and you lose in life. You know, there's no certificates handed out in life where everybody gets a trophy. You lose or you win. And if we teach these kids at an early age to be competitive, yeah, it's cool to be friends with them, but you torch them as soon as the ball goes up, you torch them in between those lines. You have no friends. That's what they have to understand. That's the old school, and Jeff knows this. We grew up that way. As cool as we are, when we played against each other, we went at each other. You know, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And then after the game, you back cool again.
Yeah, that was my. I was going to follow up question on that. How much do you think high school basketball, and we're talking, we've been out 30 years next year. Think about that.
I know.
How watered down do you think basketball has become because of the travel ball guys that are really being negligent, really with teaching these young guys how to play basketball, how to handle yourself? Because a lot of these travel ball guys, they tell their parents, hey, your kid's going to go play college, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. But the parents are paying these coaches, but they're not getting the coaching, the mentorship, the camaraderie of learning how to play. How watered down has this become?
There's a lot of things, Jeff, that's really messed up about grassroots basketball in general today. The AAU guys they have all the relationships with the college coaches, and they don't do a good job of teaching these kids how to play in their practices. They just roll the ball out and play. The high school coaches are now pissed off, and they're jealous of the relationships that the college coaches have with the AAU guys, because they no longer come and talk to them anymore.
That's right.
So now it's like, why do I even teach these kids anything if there's no reward in relationships behind it? You know, because high school coaches want to move up too. They don't want to just stay in there.
Right.
And if they're not talking and having this communication with college coaches and scouts, how do we move up? You know, my thing is, teach them something. Maybe start your own AAU and teach them something along the way. That's my answer to that. But you have a problem there with AAU coaches and high school coaches where no one is teaching these kids how to play. We had a conversation with our kids this weekend. We had a long trip to Oregon. We asked every one of these kids, how many of you been in a real basketball camp? Not one where you're being evaluated or showcased, or they roll the balls out and tell you to go play and they rank you. A real fundamental basketball camp. None of them raised their hand. So that's what's missing. That's where you're going to come in, Jeff, and this is going to be important to the youth. Is I had a basketball camp for 15 years where we were doing this.
Yes.
Where, you know, it was a fun week. It was a tiring week. It took a lot of energy and effort, not only to organize it, but to actually run it, because none of us are sitting around pointing fingers. Everybody's involved. By the end of the week, midweek, we're at each other's throats because we see where we can improve, and everybody's like, hey, you know, you pick your level up over here. No, you pick your level up over there too. But by the end of the week, you look back and you see kids improve from Monday to Friday, and you hugging each other, and it's over, and it's like, you know what? These kids really learned something this week. And that's what's missing with grassroots basketball. No one's learning anything. They're taking their bad habits they pick up, and they're bringing it to AAU. They're bringing it to their high school coaches. The parents are coaching from the stands, and they have no clue of what they're doing. And they're not listening to their coaches.
Exactly.
So that's the problem with grassroots basketball right now.
We see that a lot in high school games. Like, a guy will be on the floor and he's not looking at his head coach at the end of the bench. He's looking at his travel coach or his dad up in the stands. He's not looking at his coach.
Yeah, there used to be a camp, and it's still around, but Snow Valley Basketball School was, you get up at 5:30 in the morning, you go to bed at 11:30 at night, and you are exhausted as a player. You're not having college coaches there. You have college coaches that are there working to make you better. You have high school coaches, guys that want to get into coaching, guys that wanted to be potential travel ball guys. That kind of has changed. It's still there, but everybody wants to go for the big name.
Right.
Always for the big name. And I think we can transition this into my next question would be, What do you think of these guys that are LiAngelo Ball? No, who's the youngest one? The youngest LaMelo Ball. I mean, do you think that high school basketball and travel ball is going to go to the homeschool route that you've seen LaMelo go? Do you see that happening in the future?
It started, and I had to answer this question on TMZ. Yeah, of all places, I answered that question.
Where Jeff goes.
Yeah, but it's like, it's happened more than just LaMelo already, where people are getting homeschooled and then they go play AAU, and that's how they go to college. They have no resume from regular high school anymore, and that's sad. But I see it going more that route because the parents are looking for control over their kids, away from coaches, so that's their control. They get them homeschooled, they pick, they have control in picking what AAU program they go to, and they sit in the stands and coach from the stands with that team. It's like, and then if they don't like it, they pick their kid up and go to another one. There's no loyalty. So I mean, I think that's the best thing about our program is, number one, we're honest with them. We're not going for the superstars. We can care less if a guy is averaging 40 points a game and want to play for us. That's not what we're going for. We're going for some people that are coachable, that want to work, that the parents are on the same page with us when it comes to training and us coaching their kid. Get them to understand that we've been there, we've done that, we have the blueprint to D1 basketball, or D2, or just a scholarship, period. Get your education paid for. Okay. We have the blueprint. And we're not going to just roll the ball out. We're going to coach these kids. If anybody has seen Coach Snoop on Netflix, that's exactly how we coach our kids. We have a passion and a love for the game and the kids that we're coaching. We want them to succeed. We have no agendas. There's no agenda at all. We're paying it forward. That's what we do with Prodigy. I mean, what agenda do we really have? What?
Yeah, I mean,
really,
you guys are you and your brother both successful.
We're not sponsored by Nike or Adidas. There's reasons why we're not sponsored, because we're not going to sell our kids down the river so they can throw, 3 All-Americans on our team and control who we have.
You like to control your own guys.
We'd rather beat those guys
and be a team. Be on the same page, like you said, with the parents.
Right.
So everybody knows what's going on. There's no facade out there. There's nobody saying, hey, we're going to get you here to Syracuse. We're going to get you to Duke. No. We're going to get you the best possible place for your son.
Right. D1, D2, NAIA, D3, whatever it is, that's the right situation for your son or daughter. That's what we're going to try to do.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I still want to find out how early we're going to see LiAngelo Ball in a Lakers uniform.
Oh.
Just mess with you. It's going to happen quickly. He's going to get drafted. No, I don't know. Also, the Kawhi Leonard question. Is he going to be on the Spurs next year? If not, where he might end up, because he's a Riverside King guy. And also, I want to get Tracy's take, because I think he's probably a good dresser. Here's how LeBron James showed up for Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Stop it.
No.
He's wearing a suit with shorts.
Like Kula.
And big, army boots.
Yeah, Tracy,
so I want to get Tracy's take on fashion. He seems like a fashionista over here.
Yeah,
so.
I couldn't see Tracy wearing that.
No, he's trying to start a new trend.
Oh, he's trying. He's trying. We'll be right back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Yo, chill. Chill. Don't bump the table. I appreciate it. Yo, play something I can dance to and I won't.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
What is up? Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Athletes of all levels and all sports. Everybody is going to Boost. We got Key West, 99.1 KGGI in the house.
In the building. I told you, Dubs in 7. It happened.
Yeah, you were
I'm
right.
here for the finals. And I'm going to tell you right now, Dubs in 4. And why I say 4, not to be cocky about it, but we beat him in 5 last year with Kyrie. There's no Kyrie this year. He has no help this year. It should be 4. But like I told you guys, we might give him a gentleman's game. We might give LeBron. He's one of the greats. Give him 1 game. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is good enough to get 1 at home.
Maybe 1 in Cleveland.
He's got to win 1 before he leaves. And the Dubs got to win at home. They don't want to win on the road.
Oh, no. Come on. The Dubs are going to handle business at Oracle. You know, that's one of the hardest places in the world to win a game at. So if LeBron could pull that off, man, I will salute him. Look, if LeBron pulls this off, man, LeBron is the greatest of all time. I still got Jordan, but if LeBron pulls this off, he's the greatest because this is a super, super underdog situation.
Hey, Key, you know what Tracy Murray did at Oracle Arena?
Yeah, what he put up?
He dropped 50 on G-State. At Oracle.
Okay, what year was this, though? 1990 what?
No, was it 98?
Oh,
was
come
it
on.
98?
Man. What did we win? 15 games that year? People got to understand, man. We came from the struggle, the very bottom, man. If you follow on Twitter, This Day in Suck, I mean, that'll explain everything, man, because we went through like 25 years of terribleness, and now we're here, and now we're dominating the league, so it feels so good. We're spoiled as Warriors fans. We really are. We here, man, and we're keeping it humble because we know where we came from. We're not like the Lakers. We've been great forever.
Hey, I remember Joe Barry Carroll, Keith Wilkes. Those were some good teams. Nate Thurman,
what's his name? Marshallonis, whatever his name is.
Marshallonis.
He got a complicated name. Great player. But look, we had some good players, but we never got this far in the finals. This was unbelievable when the Warriors made the finals.
You went through a lot of Andres Biedrins, Jason Richardson.
Goodness, man.
A lot of those. You had to go through a lot of those guys to get to this point.
We were just grateful to make the 8th seed. You know what I'm saying? The We Believe team, that was what, 2007? We were just grateful to get in it. Now we're like, okay, we got to make the finals. We got to win it.
You got to sweep.
We're so spoiled. It's ridiculous, man. Look, the Warriors have done such a great job, but, you know, honestly, at this point, we got to sweep LeBron. We got to send the message.
Key West, the biggest Warriors fan I know, 99.1 KGGI.
Got to be loyal, man. We went through a lot of stuff.
He's got the hat on, too.
He does.
He's rocking the
I
team.
can't keep up with the hats. There's too many hats, man. I got to get a new one after this.
He's loyal because you're wearing the V right now.
Yeah. He's in it. He's in it. He's with the team.
I've been here a long time, man, but it's just great to feel like a winner finally.
You know what, Keith? This is what I felt like in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. As a Laker fan, God, it's just,
every year it's so good to be a Laker fan, right?
You know what, man? It wasn't fair. Y'all had Shaq and Kobe. We hadn't had a center since Will Chamberlain. Shaq was dunking all over a Donald Foyle. It wasn't fair, man.
Donald Foyle.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look, man.
We went through a lot of those guys.
We go to the 70s, too, if you like.
Man.
I'm going to tell you what. Here's the big difference here with the Warriors, that ownership. You know what I'm saying? We needed a new owner, a couple new owners that really got it, that wanted to be winners. And once we got those new owners, we started drafting correctly, got the right GM, and then we started developing. And then we drafted a superstar in Steph Curry, maybe by chance. But really what it started with was ownership. So if your team sucks right now, you need a new owner. Trust me, because I've seen it.
It can happen.
They went through
Golden State's
GMs,
living proof.
A new owner, the owner can make a big difference, because if the owner does not make it, it starts from the top, works its way to the bottom.
I hope something happens in Sacramento for Pep's sake.
It's awful.
They got a good owner. They just, I don't know what's going on.
Well, do they got a good owner? I mean, does he? I mean, he knows business.
He's a business guy.
It's not the Maloofs.
It's not the Maloofs.
It's the guy
from India. Yeah,
he's a stud. I like that guy.
All right, he'll pay somebody enough money to get in there and do the right job. Maybe he'll hire Jordan. Who knows?
They got Vlade smoking cigarettes and smoking heaters.
Oh,
in the back.
yeah. Paige's hanging out. The whole gang's back.
I'll tell you what, man. There was a game against the Lakers. The Warriors played on just this Vlade thing. The Lakers scored every single shot. You know how I know this? Vlade Divac made a half-court shot that game. They said it was unbelievable. Everybody made a shot.
He's got range.
It was crazy, man.
Sloppy Divac.
You know when Vlade's making shots, it's a bad
Everything's
situation.
going in.
But look, honestly, man, who do you guys got? What are you guys saying right now for the series? I missed it.
I'll give Cleveland one at home.
Yeah,
I'll give Cleveland
one. Just because they got to send LeBron out with a win.
Yeah.
I'm giving them game 3. You know, that's the only
The
game
first
they're
one
gonna
back
get.
in Cleveland?
because their backs will really be against the wall. If they lose that one, they're getting swept. So I'll give them game 3 in Cleveland.
If Cleveland sneaks one from the Warriors in Oakland, I can't wait to watch you, Tracy, on ABC 7 on Sunday because I want to see your face.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, my goodness. You know how much money will be lost in Vegas if that happens, man? There'll be people jumping. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a bad situation, but when you mention the chance, just put a little respect on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the Warriors have been doing this 4 years in a row here, man. You know, people are just like, the Warriors, they're all right. I don't like them. No. Put some respect, man. You're in the midst of a dynasty on here.
That's right.
With the K. Respect with the K.
Respect the dynasty.
Put some respect on it with the K. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
You're the best.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Only G-State fan I know.
All right.
Key West, 99.1 KGGI.
We out here.
Hey, I'm from Northern California. We were all Kings fans. I didn't know a single Golden State fan growing up. I didn't know one. Not even one.
Well, there wasn't many. We weren't really proud of it. You know what I'm
the
saying?
O'Donnell Foyles, the Brian Cardinals, all those, Cerrutis Barcelonas, all those guys.
Come on, bro. Look, man, we came a long way from what's his name, Dunleavy and the Murphys.
Oh,
and
yeah, Troy Murphy.
You know,
that's right.
All 16 coaches we went through. You know what I'm saying? We came a long way, man. And even the mascot got traded to the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even keep the damn mascot. It was bad, man. So look, we're just happy to be here. I'm just saying.
Thanks, Key.
Real talk. He's right.
No, he's the Warrior fan.
Right.
He knows.
Real talk.
He knows.
The Golden State Warriors fans were cheering for me when I got my 50.
Did they? I believe that.
Oh, yeah, you're one of many to get 50, man. Look, how many players actually got 50 to 90s against the Warriors? It wasn't saying a whole lot back then.
But they've come a long ways.
Let's see LeBron get 50 now. Let's see it, LeBron. We want to see that 50. Come on,
he
bro.
might. He might.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't.
He will. Yeah, but guess what? The total score is going to be 110 to 50.
They'll still get blown out, but LeBron will get his. Key West, you're the best, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh, man. Okay, so we got Tracy Murray in studio. We're breaking down game 1 of the NBA Finals, Golden State and Cleveland, part 4 we've been talking about. But also, another thing I want to touch on, we got about 3 minutes left in this segment. Kawhi Leonard. Tracy, he's a local guy. He played at King High School. He's got roots right here in Riverside.
Yep.
Is the relationship repairable? Can he stay in San Antonio? And if not, what uniform do you picture him in next year?
I guess that's remain to be seen. You know, if you can get Aldridge, sit down with him and change his mind and bring him back, maybe he can do the same thing to Kawhi. But if the door of communication is closed by Kawhi, then it's not going to happen. Now we're talking about, okay, where's he going to go?
It would have to be a trade.
It would have to be a trade.
He's got one more year, right, on the
trade,
contract.
yes. And you look at, okay, where does he go to possibly win a championship? Or where is he going to go to possibly be happy? Happy, L.A., home. Championship, Boston,
Boston.
Or Philly.
Yeah.
Maybe Toronto. So.
Yeah, could you imagine piecing Kawhi Leonard with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan in Toronto? Would that change the whole dynamic, like bring some grit and defense to that team?
And LeBron's a free agent. And as I say again, a birdie told me he's buying a crib up there. Could you see that happen?
That could be the scoop here right on the Inland Sports Show.
Wow. LeBron James and Kawhi in a Raptors uniform. That would be crazy. I mean, but if it happens, you heard it right here.
That would be nuts.
Are you saying an NBA or a foreign team can come in on our soil and win a world championship?
Yeah, Coach Gorham.
Oh my gosh,
Coach knows best. I mean, Coach Gorham over here. Let's go ahead. Let's take a break. So we come back. We'll have a couple extra minutes with Tracy Murray at the end as we get you all set for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We also have the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes back in action tonight. Pre-game will start right here on Fox Sports IE, 13:50 a.m. at 6:50 p.m. So just about 1 hour from now. We'll be right back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 13:50 a.m.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Oh, man, has it already been 3 hours? Wow. Okay, this is the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We all know that, and we all know it's brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance and save thousands on that weekly special. We all know that as well. What we did not know, we just found out, that there was pro wrestling at what is currently Lone Mart Field, the home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Tracy, you were there. Can you make that story real quick?
After the 94-95 championship, I heard that they were having a show at the Quakes baseball diamond. So I walk up there and I'm like, yeah, I'm friends with a couple of guys. They're like, oh yeah, go in the dugout. So when I'm into the dugout, you see Undertaker, Kama, who was the Godfather. Then you look at the Hart brothers, Owen Hart, you know, and Bret Hart, Yokozuna. A lot of those guys are not here anymore. Rest in peace. But they had a show that night. So they're like, you know, through all the talking a little bit, hey, man, you want to be part of the show? I'm like, all right, what am I doing? So
you were in a WWF show at Rancho Cucamonga.
A house show at Rancho Cucamonga. So it's the tag team championship match. Yokozuna and Owen Hart are the champions. They're in the ring, and I'm leading Lex Luger and British Bulldog to the ring. I'm leading them to the ring with the flag.
You won an NBA title, but was that like a dream come true as well?
Well, I mean, to be part of a championship and then to come and then do something something local that everybody knows.
You're a wrestling fan, right?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. I've also done a show up WrestleMania 18 where they have house stuff at the fan access part. I did a couple of matches during the fan access part too when I was up in Toronto.
Man, look at this guy. If I could be anyone in the world, I'd be Tracy Murray over here.
Right now.
More than anybody.
You're darn right.
Man,
when you shoot a jump shot, you win a championship, and you can wrestle with the pros.
Man.
Yeah, you trip Brock Lesnar up coming off the ring, and then he looks at you like he wants to kill you, and then he gets pinned because he's messing with because I distracted him. I helped Crash Holly get a win. Rest in peace.
I'm going to Google that. There's probably a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah, it's Ric Flair that has a headlock on me and Jerome Williams.
That was
that was the press conference.
That's unbelievable.
Awesome.
The Nature Boy. Woo! Nobody has stories like that. Tracy, thank you so much for coming down.
Oh, thanks for having me. Man,
we had so much fun today.
This was a quick 3 hours.
Yeah, you need to come back, hang out with us.
I'm really getting tired of Jeff. I'm going to take some days off this summer. Would you want to come in and do the show with us?
Oh, of course.
We can co-host. We're just going to tell stories. We'll get all our friends to call in. We got to get that dump button ready, though.
We have a dump button. We haven't used it yet. We don't even know if it works. I don't even know.
So that's the Area 21 cuss button?
It is.
Right there it is.
Just in case. Just in case. But you can see Tracy this Sunday, right? On ABC 7 after the finals.
Yes.
Going to break it down. Rob Fukuzaki. Is it Ashley Wheeler?
Ashley Brewer.
Hey. Oh, Wheeler.
Man.
You.
And Delisha Jones will be on as well. Yep.
Oh, Tracy Murray will be on there, ABC 7, right after. I guess that would be game 2. Are they
game 2 and 3, I believe.
2 and 3. Breaking it down. Warriors and the Cavaliers, game 1 tonight in Oakland. Also, Rancho Cucamonga baseball back on Fox Sports, i.e. Mike Lindskogel, Skoggy Skog will have the call. Just about 50 minutes will be the pregame. 7:05 first pitch from a Lone Mart Field. It's the Quakes and the Storm.
You know, I'm really damn thirsty. You know, on Thursday night.
What is it, Jeff?
Thirsty Thursdays. They have like drinks. They'll have like a martini for like 8 cents. Or $1.50. $1.50 for a beer or whatever. It's a great place. So if you want to go enjoy it, go get Thirsty Thursdays.
What a deal. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Get your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.